Grammy winner's creativity. Family and friends mourning the death of the youngest victim of last week's mass shooting in Aurora. Hundreds gathered yesterday in Sheridan for the funeral of Trevor Wehner. The 21-year-old Northern Illinois University student was gunned down on the first day of his internship at the Henry Pratt Company warehouse. Meantime, several suburban officials are alerting businesses to consider emergency plans for active shooters after Friday's deadly shooting in Aurora. Libertyville police are now informing area business owners to have a strategy and prepare their employees for a workplace incident. Meantime, Mundelein police say it's critical that businesses there are ready for any active shooter situation. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is looking to tax everything, from marijuana to plastic bags, to try and pay for a new budget that he says will spend more money. The governor introduced his first spending plan yesterday. His budget would spend $39 billion. It is not balanced. It would not close Illinois' $3.2 billion deficit, nor will it pay off the state's $15 billion in unpaid bills. Several candidates for Chicago mayor are speaking out after word that contract extensions are being handed out to a number of appointees of lame duck Mayor Rahm Emanuel. Sun-Times says the move can leave taxpayers holding the bag for nearly $1 million. Mayoral candidate Susana Mendoza called the golden parachute contracts outrageous. Bill Daley pointing out it's not even a common practice in the private sector anymore. Meantime, Illinois' richest man is spending a lot of money on Bill Daley in the final days of the Chicago mayoral race. The hedge fund billionaire donating another $1 million to the Daley campaign. A federal judge is denying an emergency motion to reopen a medical sterilization plant in Willowbrook. Sterigenics had requested a temporary restraining order that would have allowed their facility to reopen. In a political move, the Illinois EPA shut it down last week because they say the plant was releasing cancer-causing chemical ethylene oxides into the air. Attorneys for Sterigenics argued the shutdown is causing a crisis in the hospital industry. No one is hurt after an elderly man crashed his SUV into a Mexican restaurant in Batavia. Police say the man told investigators he simply lost control of his Toyota 4Runner. No citations were issued. The sons of the founder and former senior pastor of a well-known Chicago area church are resigning. Luke and Landon McDonald quit their jobs as pastors of Harvest Bible Chapel on Tuesday. The decision comes after their father was fired. The church's elders say the founding pastor was dismissed for conduct harmful to the best interest of the church. How about that? February starting to wind down, and the Blackhawks are in the playoffs for now. Patrick Kane scored in OT. Blackhawks 5-4 winners over the Red Wings in Detroit. Kaner also scored in the second. Anisimov, Saad, DeBrincat also had goals. Chicago's reaching the 61-point mark and moving into a tie with the Avalanche for the final wildcard spot in the West. Hawks host Colorado tomorrow. College hoops, Northwestern lost to Ohio State 63-49. DePaul defeated by Creighton. In the Valley, Loyola topped Evansville to regain first place in the conference. Illinois State lost to Indiana State, and SIU was edged by Valparaiso. The news service of La Quinta Inns and Suites. If you're traveling for work, make your next stop La Quinta by Wyndham. Their spacious rooms and free high-speed internet makes it easy to work, while their comfortable beds and bright-side breakfast make it easy to relax. Win at business wherever you go. Book at lq.com. 5:08 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Do you own or run a thriving business in the Chicagoland area? Have you overcome obstacles to make your business what it is today? If that's your business, then AM 560 wants to tell your story on the AM 560 Business Tour, presented by Signature Bank. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson will be broadcasting live from businesses all around Chicagoland, telling success stories of thriving, successful businesses. Hey, if that's you, tell us about it. Visit 560theanswer.com/business and submit your information. That's 560theanswer.com/business.
A car accident can be stressful and inconvenient. You want your car repaired exactly the way it was before the accident. Unfortunately, there's an epidemic of poorly repaired vehicles by corporate-sponsored repair shops. Insurance companies are looking to cut costs. Your car may look fine, but that pretty paint job doesn't mean it was fixed right. Did the shop use genuine manufacturer replacement parts? Or take shortcuts you can't see to stay on the insurance company's direct repair list of shops out of fear they'll be removed? The shop that does it right every time is America's Auto Body. They use only genuine manufacturer's replacement parts and are a fully certified manufacturer and dealer repair facility. If necessary, America's Auto Body will even stand up for you in dealing with insurance to assure your vehicle is properly repaired. They're not afraid of the insurance company. Remember, you, not the insurance company, have a right to choose the repair shop. Learn what to look for in a potential repair shop at americasautobody.com. That's americasautobody.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At Ace, save on everything you need to take care of your home. Get your coupon at acehardware.com and save 25% on a regular priced item under $50. That's right, 25% off on the product of your choice. And only Ace has the brands you love and the advice you trust. So hurry in and get your 25% savings only at your neighborhood Ace, the helpful place. Offer valid with coupon at participating stores through February 28th. Limit 1. Exclusions apply. See coupon.
Looking for ways to save with your Medicare plan? Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy with many plans nationwide, which could mean lower copays for you. So bring your prescriptions to a Walgreens pharmacy today to start saving. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Walgreens participates as a preferred network pharmacy with United Healthcare, Cigna HealthSpring, and Express Scripts Medicare. For a complete list of available plans, please contact 1-800-MEDICARE. TTY users should call 1-877-486-2048. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or consult www.medicare.gov. Other pharmacies are available in our network.
You might not be able to get a new car with your tax refund, but you can make your car feel like it's brand new. All it needs is a great paint job. Come in to Maaco today and get your dream paint job during their tax season sales event.
5:11. Let's get an update on the early morning roads. AM 560 traffic center time. Here's Jim Talamonte.
In South Chicago this morning, there's a fire in the 8700 block of South Essex. Staging is nearby at 87th and South Chicago Avenue. We're not seeing significant delays on the Kennedy. Some outbound road work is wrapping up between Lawrence and Canfield. Inbound, the reversibles have been closed. They should be opening up shortly. No delays to report on the Adams, the Eisenhower, or the Stevenson right now. There's road work on the outbound Ryan from 87th, split 3 right lanes. Inbound, a little congested on I-57. Vision reported some road work. Tollways looking good at this hour. No problem to report on I-80 or in Northwest Indiana. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte.
Chicago's Morning Answer starts next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1-hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center and our meteorologist, Steve Williams.
Today, it'll be partly sunny with a high 33, clear to partly cloudy, cold tonight, low 18. Sunny tomorrow with a high 37, cloudy with occasional rain on Saturday and a high 42. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560, The Answer.
27 at O'Hare, 29 along the lakefront, 29 at Midway, and 26 this morning in Aurora. Your next news update is at 5:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy starts now on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Grow My Retirement with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth. Tune in Saturday afternoons at 2 for Grow My Retirement with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Ding, 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 ding. Chicago police have their man. Oh, who done it? It has been solved. Jussie Smollett is supposed to be turning himself in any time now before his arraignment at 1:30.
No, I want a Roger Stone-like raid.
What do you
I've already
mean?
alerted CNN to go to his house.
They should raid his house. You know, they raided the brother's house, turned that place upside down. It's disgusting. I mean, there's you can't even see the ground. There's stuff everywhere.
He could be destroying evidence
well,
right now.
my source is telling me this morning they do not know where he is. but he better turn himself in, with ample time. He's supposed to turn himself in this morning because he has that 1:30 bond hearing.
Can we get Jim Telemonte on to check and see if he's in a white Ford Bronco trying to escape Cook County?
Hightailing out of it?
Yeah.
Hightailing out of town.
Yeah.
When that would really be bad if he wants to post bond, if he doesn't show up on time because he's a flight risk then. That's what that will prove, and bond could be revoked.
I want to send him to the Danbury, Connecticut prison with Van Dyke.
Oh, you think that would be good?
Yeah. Who gets the top bunk?
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636, type in DA, then a quick comment. Everybody can exhale. He's now been labeled a suspect, and his lies are going to be exposed.
Wait a minute. Are we going to rush to judgment a second time, Amy Jacobson?
Well, his attorneys, that's funny, said that, released a statement saying, like any other citizen, Mr. Smollett enjoys the presumption of innocence.
Yes.
I can't read what I wrote. Particularly when there's been an investigation like this one, when information both true and false has been leaked. Because his defense is going to maintain all these leaks to the media, which I have to tell you, from living in Chicago for 22 years, on the streets for 18 years, I have never seen so much information leaked in my life.
Really?
I have never let them see reporters, like Channel 2 went into the brother's apartment and videotaped all the items on the floor.
If there is an expert,
and then it was strange.
If there is an expert witness on Chicago journalists going into other people's homes, suspects' homes,
without their permission,
are the one.
Well, but I'm saying without permission, even that's got to be odd. So I think that's what they're going to base their defense on, is all this leaked information to the media.
No. Where's the defense? What's totally irrelevant.
It's not totally irrelevant.
What is the defense? Is I've been tried in the court of public opinion. So what? None of that is evidence. I mean, what?
Well,
what,
yeah,
I've
yesterday,
gotten bad pub because I'm a hoaxer?
Well, here's the thing. So Wednesday, he was supposed to go meet with Chicago police at 51st and Wentworth with his attorneys. That did not happen. That's why they convened the grand jury. And yesterday, the two brothers from Nigeria, Abel and Ola.
Cain.
Ola.
Wait a minute. I thought they were Americans.
They are Americans.
So why are you saying they're Nigerians? Are they Nigerian Americans?
They're American Nigerians. Their names are Abel and Ola. And their attorney
Omarosa, right?
spoke with reporters after their grand jury testimony.
Sure.
I think Jussie Smollett should come clear because the truth will set him free.
She said every 15 minutes that passed was 3 hours of explanation to the grand jury.
You know what was cool yesterday? I was watching Fox Special Report, or after Special Report. Mike Tobin, a fan of mine, by the way. Yeah, Mike Tobin is doing the report. They go live to him, and this Carol Schmidt comes out after, and he grabs
Gloria
her.
Schmidt, yeah.
Gloria Allred Schmidt. And she comes out, and that's the coolest thing when off the top of your head, you got to bring him into a live shot. And he did a really good interview of her. I mean, she didn't say much, but it still was pretty good.
She said enough.
I think that Jussie's conscience is probably not letting him sleep right now. So I think he should unload that conscience and just come out and tell the American people what actually happened.
Yes,
I mean, because
by definition, a sociopath does not have a conscience.
Oh. Is that true, Bruce? Or is that conjecture on your part?
Based on my experience as a TV radio psychologist, yes, I would say they
All right,
have
so
no
here's what we
conscience.
learned. The brothers have told police that they had nothing to do with creating or sending that threatening letter. But they did take a book of stamps from their house, and they're going to see if the stamp on the envelope sent to Empire Set is from that same book. That's so. I mean, this is CSI.
Now do I have to repeat it every hour? Because if it's true, and I know the odds of it being true are about 1 billion to 1, I believe the vigorous defense is that he actually was attacked by these brothers who wore ski masks. They had a vendetta against him because he had promised to get them a good part in Empire and hadn't. I'm just making this stuff up right now. But that's his defense.
Go over facts that I learned yesterday?
Is there any evidence that he paid for that gave him a $3,500 payment?
Well, they've subpoenaed yesterday his cell phone records and his bank records, Jussie Smollett's.
Okay.
Their plane ticket to Nigeria was purchased well in advance.
Well, what's the relevance
Well,
of that?
because a lot of people said they staged the attack and then got out of town.
Well, they wanted to
but
get
they,
out of the country.
They did plan to do it between the 28th and the 29th. There's new video of them buying a red baseball cap because they couldn't find a MAGA cap, and the black ski masks at that beauty supply store in Uptown on Broadway.
I love how you said.
But they bought that on the 28th, and then the alleged attack happened on the 29th. Here's the security guard from that beauty shop. His name is Montego Silas.
I've heard about it, read about it, seen it on the news, but I never thought that I would actually be involved in what they was plotting and planning.
And you can see Montego in the surveillance video. He's sitting there. He's got the security guard jacket on, and he remembers the brothers because of the robbery mask. Yes, it's labeled, and it's called a robbery mask.
We didn't have the typical ski mask that goes straight across the face, so I showed them what we do have, and that's the robbery mask.
Hey, can you get me a robbery mask?
Sure.
Maybe? Yeah.
It was bizarre because it was unusual for people to purchase these type of masks, not since the 70s.
Well, because there were more robberies in the 70s. Crime has gone down. So we don't get as many robberies as we used to. We used to have, when Uptown was more dangerous, we used to have more ski masks here, more robbery masks.
And the big news, and this is a huge point of contention with me and a lot of other people, Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox, we found out she recused herself because she spoke on the phone with one of Jussie Smollett's relatives.
Okay. Now here's
does she not know how dumb of a move that is? Does she not know the responsibilities of her office as Cook County State's Attorney?
No,
you don't take those phone calls. She's a star chaser just like President Obama. I swear to God. Oh, they just want to be cool and hip and loved by the stars. Maybe I'll get invited to a cast party.
No, I mean, you may be right, but look,
I'm
I'm no lover of Kim Fox, who I believe was a race baiting candidate during the primaries, if you recall. We'll let that one go to the side for a second.
She's a suck toy of Tony Preckwinkle, but go on.
That's a Dan Proft word, suck toy.
Okay, Fungible. Yeah. You want to start? Or
no.
What word do I have here?
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation? Yes. Get your prestidigitation off manifestations.
But here's the thing. I could almost make out a case that it was okay for her to talk to one of the relatives because at the time there was no reason to believe that the whole thing was going to...
I never believed the story. And if she was smart, she wouldn't have done it anyway.
Wait. There was nobody ever believed the story at all. The Chicago police were treating it as a real story for a short time. Maybe their suspicions. So I'm thinking that there's a possibility that she was justified thinking, well, I'm just going to have somebody who was victimized. I'm going to help somebody who's victimized. That's what the state's attorney does.
You don't do it. Maybe you have your assistant talk to him. You don't personally
that's part
talk
of the
to him.
office.
She's a big dum-dum.
Somebody did
Here's
say...
Anita Alvarez, who came out of underneath a rock, who has not been seen since, she hasn't been seen or heard from since she lost the election.
I believe it's not from under a rock. It's from under the bus that Rahm Emanuel threw her.
This is a heater case. And while we would all like to have jobs where things just, every day go perfectly, that doesn't happen in the Cook County State's Attorney's Office. But again, when you're the elected sitting in that seat, this is what you're supposed to do.
What's a heater case? What does heater mean? It sounds good. I love that term. Yeah. Sounds
story
like
has captured the attention of this nation.
That sounds like in a Raymond Chandler novel, and it was a heater case.
But she's used to recusing herself from case because remember she did from Jason Van Dyke. Here's what's his name? Brad Edwards,
the guy
from
with the
CBS.
beard who looks very scary, like a 19th century vice president interviewing Anita Alvarez.
And then he has the the water slide wristbands on his.
I follow him on
wrist.
Twitter, but when I saw him in person on Channel 2, it was like, woo!
Ditto, brother. I hear you. I was like, what is this? Yeah. Listen for yourselves.
You have recused yourself in big cases. None bigger than Officer Van Dyke, accused and now convicted of murdering Laquan McDonald. What do you say to that?
Well, remember, Brad, I am the one who charged Officer Van Dyke. I charged that case. I did the investigation with the feds. I didn't recuse myself till after I lost the election.
Where did you charge him?
And Officer Van Dyke, where is he now? He's been convicted.
Where are you?
Next question.
State's Attorney Kim Fox says she's recusing herself from the case, but her office will still handle it.
Well, I find that interesting.
Have you ever recused yourself and not your office?
No.
But Kim Foxx, in this case, is recusing herself, yet saying her office will still handle it.
Right, and the person that she put in charge is her first assistant, and he reports to who?
Did Brad Edwards ask her after she said, "Oh, I'm the one who indicted Van Dyke"? When did you indict Van Dyke? Like right before when the tapes came out, or she had to be forced to do it? That's why she was thrown under the bus. Come on, you don't fall for
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment.
You're listening to Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Hey, Craig and Leslie here from In the Know. Leslie, people have spring fever. Consumer confidence is up, and that means spending. We want folks to enjoy what they've worked so hard for, but don't forget...
Craig, are you trying to tell me something? I know. Retirement's right around the corner.
Listen, a new season is time for regrowth and building on what you already have. You don't need to do it alone if you have Wealth Management Group at your side.
Spring into action and make Wealth Management Group your go-to partner. And listen to In the Know Sunday mornings at 10, right here on AM 560, The Answer.
It was a heater case. It was the morning of the 19th.
That gains national attention.
It was the morning of the 19th. I had been on a bender for 6 hours.
But you took Balance of Nature, and it all got better.
Yes, and then she came into the office. She had legs like a racehorse. I was in heat myself. Like it or not, it's cold and flu season in Chicago. Just look around the office. Everyone is coughing and sneezing and sniffling. Oh, my. And if you want to avoid getting sick, then you know what you need to do to give your immune system a boost. And a great way to do that is with the fruits and veggies from Balance of Nature. We're all busy. It's hard to get enough fruits and veggies in our diet. That's where Balance of Nature comes in. It's 10 servings of 31 fruits and veggies in a capsule to boost your immune system all winter long. You've heard the testimonials on the air, and I can tell you this. They're 100% real because Amy has spent time with Dr. Douglas Howard, founder and creator of Balance of Nature, and he showed her the emails and played the voicemails of real people who use Balance of Nature to get healthier and stay healthy. That should be you. Don't wait another day. Try it now before you get sick. You can get 35% off when you order by using promo code Chicago. Call 800-246-8751. That's 800-246-8751, or go online to balanceofnature.com and use promo code Chicago for 35% off your first set of fruits and veggies from Balance of Nature.
When weather hits, the right wiper blades make all the difference. That's when the Michelin Man is on your side, helping you see better and drive safer with new Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. Designed with exclusive SmartFlex technology or frameless beam design, Michelin blades flex to the curve of your windshield, giving you unparalleled, streak-free, long-lasting, all-season performance. So when the going gets tough, be ready with Michelin Premium Wiper Blades. It's a difference you can see. Available at Walmart, Pep Boys, Amazon, and other fine retailers.
Improving your home? Why not make it easy? Don't miss the free Home and Garden Show next weekend only at the Tinley Park Convention Center. Find the ultimate in savings and convenience with thousands of the latest home products and services for the freshest ideas to remodel, repair, and beautify your home, inside and out. Get trusted advice on your upcoming projects as you speak with local and national experts who will help you with all of your home improvement needs. And be sure to attend the free expert seminars and live cooking shows all weekend. See quality indoor and outdoor furniture, amazing deals on mattresses and adjustable beds, the latest appliances by Grand, and so much more. Plus, don't miss the huge plant sale by Ted's Greenhouse. And test drive the new Transit Connect by Ford right from the show. From interiors to exteriors, from decor to outdoor, you'll find it all at the huge Home and Garden Show next weekend at the Tinley Park Convention Center on Harlem Avenue north of I-80 with free admission and parking. For details, visit TinleyParkShow.com. That's TinleyParkShow.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Another point of contention is why in the world has he not been charged with conspiracy? He was charged with disorderly conduct. That's a slap on the wrist.
Class 4 felony.
I know, but you could get, 3 years in prison? He's not going to get that. Pretty boy is not going to get that.
My question is,
what?
You got a prosecutor. They say a good prosecutor can indict a ham sandwich. Well, why didn't he indict the tuna sandwich?
Hey!
Why didn't that happen?
312-642-5600. Our turnkey.pro answer line. Ed in Oak Brook, go.
Yeah, you know what? I was with the Bruce defense on this, where he was just using them as trainers and paying them, but I'm going to have to bail on it. But the point is that if we're all expecting the trial of the century, we're not going to get it, because this will be dragged out maybe for a couple of years, because you could always get postponements and all that good stuff.
No, that's not
What
going to
I
happen.
would like to do is start a GoFundMe page for this guy, and then bring in Maxine Waters, Cory Booker, and all of those guys as character witnesses.
Called it a modern-day lynching.
That would make this
Right,
very
because Ed,
entertaining.
he's the victim here.
Thanks,
And
Ed.
I think they're going to get him to flip on Trump. I really do.
Oh, really? No, I mean, and honest-
Mueller's got him.
And I love
in its
20th
crosshairs.
Century Fox yesterday said that he continues to be a part of the show. And then last night after this came out that he's been charged. No comment. Nope.
Oh.
But nothing to say. Tony on the
He
South
was my
Side.
favorite actor on Empire.
Hey, good morning, Bearster Wolf
Yes.
and Amy Lamb. First of all, real quick, I got my Dan Proft word here for today.
Sure, go ahead. What is it?
Credulity.
What?
Credulity.
No, that
which
was
happens to
mine.
be-
Credulity.
That was mine
Well,
yesterday.
that happens,
been used.
Well, Dan, that happens to be my first high school sweetheart. She was from Portugal.
Sure.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Amy,
You're on a
my girl,
roll,
listen,
Tony.
you-
Go
yeah,
ahead.
listen, Amy,
Yeah.
you're one of my favorite news chicks. So I want you to please correct yourself. These guys are not Nigerian. They were born in the United States of America. That makes them American. So the rest of the news organizations can use that all they want. I don't know why.
Tony,
They're
what's your
American
last
kids.
name? What's your ethnic derivation?
He's Italian, I bet.
You're
now,
an, you're an
let's talk about
Italian. You're an Italian. You're not an American. I'm a Jew.
not-
Nobody's
Bruce,
an American.
It's not Italian.
It's a trillion.
What's wrong with you?
It's a trillion.
All right, thanks,
Yeah,
Tony.
whatever.
Thank you, Tony.
Thanks. Let's go to Philip in Blue Island. Good morning, Philip.
This is so hilarious, and this is why I can't take it serious. I mean, there were they call these Beckys running around calling police on black people all over the place, and I don't know if they were charged at the rate that they should have been. And again, this reminds me of Jim Carrey in Liar Liar when he went in the bathroom and beat himself up, you know. And this is what I'm saying. He's the only victim in this because he caused it on himself. He got himself beat up.
No, he's not. He's not the only
and so
victim.
to
Do you know
take
how
this-
much money has been wasted, our tax dollars, on a hazmat
I mean,
team
he'll pay
going
that back. He'll pay.
Oh, he's going to pay back
restitution for that.
hazmat, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD.
He'll pay it back.
All
He'll
the
have to make
detectives, the
restitution.
20 detectives that were on his case, but yet 2 were on the 1-year-old kid who got shot. Just 2.
Now, serious? I mean, I've been laughing and joking for the last three.
I'm doing that
weeks
so I
about
don't cry because that's
Right.
how pathetic this is.
Cry,
Philip,
Are you
really?
kidding me? This is so disturbing.
Philip, what do you think of my,
It's
my
such a
what do you think of my
concoction.
explanation here? That look, minorities have been victimized for these many generations. There's some reparations owed, and they should all go to Jussie Smollett. He, should get a pass. He should be able to walk on this, right? Because of all the victimization there was in,
Yeah,
in
Philip,
generations
what do
past.
you want to have happen to Jussie Smollett? Don't you think he should go to jail?
Well,
I'm just
first
asking.
of all,
Should he go to jail? I'm asking
Should
you
he
a
go-
question. Should he go to jail or prison?
I don't prison. I mean, why do you want to lock him up? I mean, he probably needs some mental health. I mean, a lot of Dylan Wolf, really serious crimes. Yeah, go to jail. This is not a really serious crime. Class 4 felony. Plead out. A lot of people do murders and get plea deals. I mean,
You should spend
Van
as much
Dyke got
time as
only
Rob
7 years.
Blagojevich is behind
Van
bars.
Dyke,
Yep.
Van Dyke got 7 years for murder, 16 times.
You know what's going to happen, Philip? Patty Blagojevich
Philip,
is going to
thanks.
appear on Fox, and she's going to say, "My husband went to jail for 14 years, and Jussie Smollett, all he has to do is read the Federalist for 1 year and report back."
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, we're going to take more of your phone calls about Jussie Smollett. Where is he and the real reason behind why Kim Fox did what she did. But first, let's get into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
28 degrees, 5:32. Crews are battling a fire on Chicago's west side this morning. Broke out inside a metal plating company near Lake and Racine, and hazardous materials crews have been called to the scene. A Coast Guard officer accused of being a domestic terrorist heads to federal court today for a detention hearing. FBI agents arresting Lieutenant Christopher Hassan, seizing a stockpile of weapons and ammunition. NBC legal analyst Danny Savalos.
He's entitled to a detention hearing, and the government has to show by clear and convincing evidence that no condition will assure the safety of you and I and the rest of the community if he's allowed to remain out on bail.
Prosecutors say he first planned to attack politicians and journalists and then unleash his firepower on the entire country. The scale of the plot, according to prosecutors, on a scale rarely seen. President Trump says it's up to new Attorney General William Barr to decide what to do with Special Counsel Robert Mueller's final report.
I guess from what I understand, that will be totally up to the Attorney General.
Talking with reporters yesterday at the White House, the president adding he thought the Attorney General was a tremendous man on the job. Virginia Governor Ralph Northam is canceling his scheduled appearance at a historically black university today. The Democrat was planning to kick off his reconciliation tour at Virginia Union University. Northam, through a spokesperson, saying he was honoring the wishes of student government and not appearing. Senior bishops from all over the world in Rome today for the start of the Catholic Church's summit on sex abuse. The Survivors Network of those abused by priests, spokesperson Kate Bushett, saying she's waiting to see if anything significant comes out of the summit.
Could be nothing more than a PR stunt if it's just all talk and they all just sit around and go through the motions.
Ahead of the opening bell on Wall Street, Johnson & Johnson says it's gotten subpoenas from the Justice Department and the Securities and Exchange Commission over alleged asbestos in its baby powder. Bruce and Amy have been talking about it with you this morning. Actor Jussie Smollett is due in court later today over claims he filed a false police report about being the victim of an attack last month in Chicago. Family and friends mourning the death of the youngest victim of last week's mass shooting in Aurora. Hundreds gathered yesterday in Sheridan for the funeral of Trevor Wayner. Metra has approved nearly $71 million in taxpayer funds to buy 15 locomotives and begin replacing the commuter rail agency's aging fleet. The agency has 147 locomotives. About 70% are rated in poor or marginal condition. And the first Israeli spacecraft built to land on the moon will launch from Cape Canaveral tonight. The Beresheet, that's Hebrew for in the beginning, is a privately funded lander carried on the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket for 2 months before attempting a moon landing. Patrick Kane scores in OT. Blackhawks 5-4 winners over the Red Wings in Detroit. Hawks head to Colorado tomorrow, right now tied with the Avalanche for the final wildcard playoff spot in the West. 5:36 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher doesn't understand where the Democrats are coming from.
This group of angry, scowling Democrats who wouldn't even clap when the president recited the historic low unemployment for black and Hispanic Americans. They didn't clap for that. Why not? How could you not clap for that?
The Mike Gallagher Show. Weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
If your company has a 401k plan, you should know that in 2017 alone, the Department of Labor assessed damages of over $682 million against more than 65% of the business 401k plans it investigated. This represents an average monetary demand from the officers of over $600,000, excluding legal costs and time answering to the federal government. For a limited time, the accredited investment fiduciaries of Clear Financial Strategies are offering AM 560 listeners a fiduciary review of their business 401k plan. Don't be a victim of potential neglect by your current providers. For the greatly reduced price of $250, owners and officers can have peace of mind knowing the level of fiduciary compliance of their plan. Call now to take advantage of this limited time, no obligation offer. For your company's fiduciary review, call 855-972-9564. That's 855-972-9564, or visit clearfinancialstrategies.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At Ace, save on everything you need to take care of your home. Get your coupon at acehardware.com and save 25% on a regular priced item under $50. That's right, 25% off on the product of your choice. And only Ace has the brands you love and the advice you trust. So hurry in and get your 25% savings only at your neighborhood Ace, the helpful place. Offer valid with coupon at participating stores through February 28th. Limit 1. Exclusions apply. See coupon.
Looking for ways to save with your Medicare plan? Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy with many plans nationwide, which could mean lower copays for you. So bring your prescriptions to a Walgreens pharmacy today to start saving. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Walgreens participates as a preferred network pharmacy with United Healthcare, Cigna HealthSpring, and Express Scripts Medicare. For a complete list of available plans, please contact 1-800-MEDICARE. TTY users should call 1-877-486-2048. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or consult www.medicare.gov. Other pharmacies are available in our network.
Another year and you still haven't done anything about your company's network and computer system. Will your employees struggle to get by on a dated system with no IT personnel to fix it quickly? Or maybe you're thinking everything's running perfectly and it'll be fine. Until it isn't. Whether you've experienced technical trouble or not, when you do, it costs your company money. And it doesn't have to. Don't wait for a crisis. Make 2019 the year you're prepared for anything technology throws at you with Turnkey IT. Turnkey IT helps set you up for success and gets in front of the many technical issues that can overwhelm a business. They specialize in the preventative steps to keep you going. Have Turnkey do a complimentary network audit of your systems, even if you have a current IT company, so you know exactly where you stand in the ever-evolving technology world. A second opinion never hurts. And for a limited time, get free lunch for the decision makers of your company, courtesy of Turnkey.
Leave the technical stuff to the pros, so you can focus on the important things. Visit turnkey.pro today. Turnkey.pro.
5:39 and a check on the roads in the AM 560 traffic center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
On Chicago's west side, Lake Street is now closed between Racine and Ogden due to a multi-alarm fire in the 1200 block of West Lake. This is causing problems for the nearby L tracks. Green and Pink Line trains are standing in that area. Pink Line trains, in fact, are now being rerouted 54th Polk, and they'll connect with the Blue Line at Racine for continuing service. Southeast side is fire in South Chicago at 87th and Essex. No delays to report yet on the Edens, Kennedy, about Eisenhower, a little congested, approaching Des Plaines Avenue. Around Stevenson, it's tight central to Pulaski. 38 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. On 18 minutes, 95th to downtown. It's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte. On AM 560, The Answer.
And Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Partly sunny and 33 today, 27 officially at O'Hare. Next news at 6. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Watch today's show live right now on the Income Store live video stream at 560theanswer.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer.
Deputy, do you have anything to add?
No. On AM 560, The Answer.
All right, it is official.
Oh, spoiler alert.
What, Bruce?
No, because some people, I haven't been following this thing.
Oh, all right. We're just learning from Chicago police that Jussie Smollett is in custody. Police officers are with him right now. He turned himself in. We're trying to lock down an exact time, but he is going to appear in bond court today at 1:30 at 26th and Cal, and he's going to be charged with felony disorderly conduct, not conspiracy to commit a crime, which I thought he should be charged with. Also, so he's looking at maybe 3 to 5 years in prison. First-time offender, but he's really not a first-time offender because in 2007 in Los Angeles, he got pulled over for driving under the influence. He gave a fake name. He said that he was his younger brother, Jake Smollett, and that he had a valid driver's license, did not have a valid driver's license, did not even have a driver's license. So he has lied to police before. He got 2 years probation for that.
And will he be ordered to pay restitution?
I hope to goodness that that's part of the plan.
Amy, we're getting word that President Trump is coming under fire for prejudicing the Smollett jury pool by saying if I had sons, they'd look like the guys, those two black guys wearing ski masks were trying to look like.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. Also, the feds, the U.S. Postal Service is investigating that letter that he might have sent to himself. We found out yesterday that the two brothers told police that they had nothing to do with sending or creating that threatening letter. So if he's hung up on a federal charge, he's looking at more time in prison, and in a federal prison, which would actually be a nicer place to live than a state prison.
We have CNN on one of our monitors, and I don't see any footage of the raid on Jussie Smollett's home.
Oh.
But then maybe that's because CNN can't afford a correspondent in
No,
Chicago.
you know what? That's because they didn't raid his home like the feds raided Roger Stone's home with 2 helicopters, 2 armed vehicles, and 30 SWAT members. That didn't happen here. 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636, type in DA, then a quick comment. Taking your phone calls all morning long. Let's go to Tom, who joins us from Westchester. Good morning, Tom.
Hey, good morning. I just want to know, where's the hate crime charge?
Because he
If
hates...
this doesn't fit the definition, I don't know. Better get a hold of Kwame Raoul because he's just getting started.
Right. And, I'm trying to follow this. Where's the hate from him? The
Well,
hate
he
against
said
white
that,
people?
Racial slurs about that he's gay, that he's black, and that they were wearing a MAGA hat, or not wearing a MAGA hat, saying that this is MAGA country. Remember his first concert in L.A. that quickly sold out because he was a victim, and he talked about, how he survived this horrific attack.
I was bruised, but my ribs were not cracked. They were not broken. In times of trauma or hurt or grief, we still have a responsibility to lead with love.
I'll tell you.
And if we don't, then we just die inside.
Andy Kaufman.
Rhetoric that gets passed around, it has to stop. And it has to, but guess what? It stops with the people that believe in love. We have that power.
I mean, isn't this
Andy
just
Kaufman.
sickening to listen to this again?
No, it's right.
I don't think it's right. It makes me, I died a little inside. Ugh.
Andy Kaufman is applauding from heaven. I mean, this is one of the great scams of our time,
21st century.
It's beautiful. I mean, this is performance art. Kudos, as Michael Jordan once said, to Jussie Smollett for entertaining us. And, I think the city of Chicago should be reimbursed by the entire United States of America.
Because
20 we've been
detectives,
entertained.
No, we need to seize his property and sell it and pay back all the overtime for the 20 Chicago detectives that wasted their time. All the resources that were taken away from real victims out there.
He doesn't have any money.
Not the fact that, if I defended Chicago police and the people of Chicago and said, this is not Chicago. We would never pour bleach on somebody, put a noose around their neck, not in that area, not in this time. And if you doubted him, then people looked at you like you were a racist. And that's what really makes me mad. People in my church are like, you can't say that because he's gay. I'm like, I don't care that he's gay. That story was fabricated. That what happened, something happened to him. I don't know if he punched himself or got scraped by a tree branch on his face. Something happened to him, and he's mentally ill. He's a sociopath, but what he said happened gave a black eye to the city of Chicago. Where are we going to go get our reputation back? ReputationDefender.com.
He is right now the 5th most famous Chicagoan in history, behind Oprah, Michael Jordan, Al Capone, Manny Machado. This is very entertaining.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer. No, I appreciate your candor. Let's go to Jim, who joins us from Crown Point, Indiana. Good morning, Jim.
I was just wondering, I had a thought, would it be okay to go as Jussie Smollett for Halloween next year?
Very good, Jim. Very good. Cujo, that very good one. It would not be. It would not be. Only Ralph Northam could go as Jussie Smollett. He is immune. As a matter of fact, he'd be given another term as governor of Virginia.
I have some breaking news. Hold on. Breaking news. Police.
Thank you, Jim.
I'm fine. Chicago police took him into custody at 5 a.m. this morning, and they have a 9 a.m. press conference at their headquarters.
All right, let me get this on. 1:30 this afternoon, 26th in California. 9. I'm trying to make my day out.
Put it in your planner.
When am I going to do my Pilates today? That's the question. Can I watch the 9 a.m. press conference while I'm doing my Pilates? All right, that's a problem there. When do I do the jumble?
Okay.
I've got all kinds of stuff to figure out how to do today because Jussie Smollett is just taking up my Thursday.
Let's go to Greg, who joins us in Mount Greenwood. Good morning, Greg. How are you?
Doing well. It's Greg. Hey, what happened to this Smollett guy? He took and wanted to be this example to young black men and gays and everything like that about, man, when you're the victim of it, you got to fight back and everything. And then he goes on to say that he took a hit came up, got up, fight back, fought off these two big guys and everything like that. He's just a perfect example of a lying, sniveling little goof. I mean, it's nuts. He wants to be an example and all that stuff. And look at all the harm he did.
He wanted to be a victim because of this culture. Victims are so celebrated.
And I
that
think he is a
He
victim.
wanted this attention.
He is a victim in that
Of
he
what?
had to, because we have a
Thanks,
victim
Greg.
culture.
Yeah, but
we
he
have a
said
victim.
he wanted to be an
Craig, I
example
think
of
you-
fighting back.
Yeah,
Craig,
that's true.
yeah.
That's true. He did say that. We'll find that sound, but he said, I want to teach gay kids that young gay men out there watching this that they should fight
Well,
back.
that was the moment that I stopped
Exactly,
believing
that's it.
his
That's what I'm
story.
talking about.
That's the moment I stopped
Yeah.
believing his story when he told Robin Roberts, and then I punched back and I said, "No,
No,
way.
you didn't punch back.
No,
well, they
way.
got into a scuffle, remember? Or was it a kerfluffle?
It was the contretemps that we were having. It was a kerfuffle.
It was underneath the stairs
was-
near the Sheridan.
Oh my God! And I punched
Thanks,
him. I gave him a left hook. Well, okay, I raised an eyebrow at him.
Stop it.
Yes.
Ralph and Rantoul, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
Hey, good morning, Amy. Bruce, always good to hear the
Ralph,
voice.
nice to hear from you. Yeah.
Hi.
I'm going to waste my whole phone call for this morning with two words.
Yes.
Drama queen.
Oh. Somebody had to say it. Not a dancing queen, but a drama
Thank you,
queen.
Ralphie,
Thank you,
baby.
Ralph.
Yes.
Let's go to Patty. My voice is cracking. Patty joins us from the northwest side of Chicago. Patty, whose tax dollars went to this concocted plan to try and find somebody in a situation, solve it that didn't happen.
I am sickened by this. I don't even want to hear about this story anymore. But one thing I haven't heard about was about the manager. Is he colluding part of it? Because he was on the phone who actually heard the MAGA country. So was he, or did
Well, what
Jesse
I've
make
been
him-
told is that was part of the ruse, that was part of
Oh,
the plan.
so the manager wasn't
so there'd
part
be
of it.
corroboration. No, he was not.
So the manager,
Oh.
is going to go to jail for
No,
for a week and a
Maybe the
half.
Russians did it? The Russians, are they involved at all?
Patty,
I'm
the
kidding.
important thing is
Putin planned it.
What do you think of what I just had, the scoop that President Trump is coming under fire for saying if he had sons, they would look like those
Look like
two guys. No, like those two guys looked who were trying to look like guys who would attack people. What do you think? Patty, this is not a laughing matter.
No, I don't. I would say that he was trying to be relatable to.
Let's not mind this for humor.
No, I know. I don't want Philip. I don't want Philip from Blue Island, coming on, calling back again, saying we're having too much fun with this because
Yeah.
it is a serious matter. No,
Oh.
it is. Because it is not funny at all. Because not only the tax dollars, all the other homicides and the assaults
All
that
put
have
on
gone
hold. Yep.
Right. I mean, to Philip to say we're thinking this is a joke, it's not a joke. And he wants to, Philip calls in all the time, and then he's, this is really not a big deal.
Well, I just,
of course,
you know,
when he
Did
Thanks,
you notice
Patty.
that Governor
I-
Pritzker yesterday in his State of the State address said that he wanted to tax suburbanites for the entertainment value they got out of this Jussie Smollett story?
No, he did not say that. You stop it. It was a budget address.
Whatever.
Tom in Deer Park. Hello, Tom. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. Good morning. My analogy is with Jussie here that in the same way that I had never heard of Colin Kaepernick or Kathy Griffin before they became household names. I guess I'm rather ignorant to pop culture, but now they're all household names. But the advantage that Jussie has moving forward is that of the intersectionality that you touched on, Amy. He's the black, he's the gay, he's the victim, he's the gay black victim. And already yesterday you could see it playing out in social media. Yeah, okay, bummer, get him some help, let's move on to the white supremacist. Now, this didn't happen, never mind. So this is going to bode well for him, I think.
You know what? Yeah, I think so too, because he's basically a trans personality. He has gone, like some men become women, and Martina Navratilova doesn't like that,
we'll
but
be
she's a
talking about
racist.
that soon.
But he is going from victim to perpetrator. And I think we should allow for that flexibility in modern society. Thank you so much, Tom, for enlightening us about that.
If you're talking about it, Dan and Amy are talking about it. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
If you've considered a MyPillow but procrastinated, the MyPillow 4-pack offer is still available. That's 2 premium MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows plus free shipping, all for the price of 1 premium MyPillow. They're amazing pillows, so don't procrastinate. You'll sleep better. You'll feel better. They're washable, dryable, and have a money-back offer. And you can still get 30% off everything else, including the MyPillow mattress topper. Your mattress will feel brand new and improved for a lot less than a new mattress. Or get those great pet beds that my dog Bunky loves. Just use the promo code Amy for the MyPillow 4-pack offer with free shipping and the 30% discount on mattress toppers, pet beds, and even the Giza cotton sheets. Visit MyPillow.com or call 800-489-0201. That's 800-489-0201. And don't forget to use the promo code Amy. That's MyPillow.com, promo code Amy.
The weather outside might feel like winter, but if you have school-age kids, you should be thinking about back-to-school season. And specifically, you should be thinking about where you will be sending your kids to school this fall. If you've always felt like you didn't really have a choice to send your kids to a private school because of the cost, then listen up. We want to tell you about HalfPriceSchools.com. At HalfPriceSchools.com, you can find local private schools from all over Chicagoland that are offering vouchers for a full year of tuition at half the price with no catch. Find a school near you, purchase the tuition voucher, prepare to send your child off to school this fall. It's that simple. HalfPriceSchools.com has schools located all across Chicagoland, including Westminster Christian School in Elgin, Kingswood Academy in Darien, Covenant Christian School in Aurora. Make private school a real option for your family for the first time this year, but don't wait. Many of these vouchers will sell out. Visit HalfPriceSchools.com today. That's HalfPriceSchools.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At Ace, save on everything you need to take care of your home. Get your coupon at acehardware.com and save 25% on a regular priced item under $50. That's right, 25% off on the product of your choice. And only Ace has the brands you love and the advice you trust. So hurry in and get your 25% savings only at your neighborhood Ace, the helpful place. Offer valid with coupon at participating stores through February 28th. Limit 1. Exclusions apply. See coupon.
Looking for ways to save with your Medicare plan? Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy with many plans nationwide, which could mean lower copays for you. So bring your prescriptions to a Walgreens pharmacy today to start saving. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Walgreens participates as a preferred network pharmacy with United Healthcare, Cigna HealthSpring, and Express Scripts Medicare. For a complete list of available plans, please contact 1-800-MEDICARE. TTY users should call 1-877-486-2048. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or consult www.medicare.gov. Other pharmacies are available in our network.
AmericanEagle.com has been fortunate to develop thousands of business websites over the past 15 years. Businesses just like yours. Don't think because they advertise on the radio and mention big clients like Portillo's, WeatherTech, and Dairy Queen that they won't give your small to medium-sized business the same great service. Small and medium-sized companies are a huge part of AmericanEagle.com's clients. Eagle.com's continued success is because they're capable of a wide range of projects from small to extremely large. They view all clients as long-term partners on every internet endeavor. When you're looking for an experienced and reputable partner for any of your internet-related projects, consider AmericanEagle.com. They'll likely be able to show you a project they've already done that's similar to what your company needs. AmericanEagle.com, the only name you need to know for website development, hosting, and maintenance. You can reach AmericanEagle.com on the web or at 773-NETWORK. That's 773-NETWORK.
Well, hello again, everybody. Looking to secure financing on a new home?
Oh, hello, Bruce.
Then you'll
How are
need to
you?
call Team Hochberg. Today, meet Zach and Jimmy, happily married and tired of renting. So they called Team Hochberg to secure a loan approval before meeting with a realtor. Unfortunately, Zach and Jimmy were severely credit challenged, which prohibited them from purchasing at this time. Team Hochberg introduced them to credit enhancement expert Gary Novel, who for only $600 will enhance the couple's credit so they can purchase a condo in the near future. The best news is Team Hochberg will issue Zach and Jimmy a $600 closing cost credit when Team Hochberg originates their loan to reimburse them Gary's fee. If you'd like to work with a team of local and trusted mortgage professionals who will always look out for your financial best interest, call Team Hochberg now at 855-56-DAVID or visit 56david.com. Team Hochberg helped Amy and thousands of AM 560 listeners, but they can't help if you don't call 855-56-DAVID. That's 855-56-DAVID or visit 56david.com. Homeside Financial, Equal Housing Lender, Illinois Residential Mortgage Licensee, MB 6761019, NMLS 1124061.
We've all been there, looking for a parking spot when it's freezing and icy outside. The icy pavement of this pothole-filled parking lot is a nightmare. Oh, there's a spot. Wait, oh no, you're sliding. Watch out for that pothole. Your tire just blew out. The kids are crying and you're never coming back here again. Business owners and property managers, avoid frustrating your customers with a less than perfect parking lot. Pavement Solutions can offer you a safer and longer lasting pothole repair with permanent cold mix asphalt. It's an immediate solution, and 90% of potholes patched will never need to be repaired again. Call Pavement Solutions today and learn how they can fix your lot in a day without closing it. In fact, as customers drive over the patch, it gets stronger. Don't put your customers or your business at risk with annoying potholes. Give your customers the experience they deserve. Call Pavement Solutions for a free quote. 815-675-0696. 815-675-0696.
AM 560, The Answer.
Again, the breaking news at 5 a.m. this morning, Jussie Smollett taken into police custody. He is now getting fingerprinted, booked. A mug shot is being taken. And he will they're going to have a press conference at police headquarters at 9 a.m. Because they couldn't find him for a while. Now they found him, and I'm still trying to figure out. Don't ask questions. I'm still I'm not revealing sources. But I'm still trying to figure out if they took him into custody, because I know there was a few hours during the late night, midnight, early morning hours where they couldn't find him. And so he has been found, and he is in police custody, and we're going to have a mug shot soon, and
But first, they've asked for Brenda, the makeup woman at Channel 5, to make him up. He's asked for that before his mug shot.
No, he hasn't, Betty Lauren Maltese. It is, let's get into the newsroom. Here's Mike Scott.
WIND Chicago News Time is 6 o'clock.
This is a Fox News alert. Jussie Smollett has turned himself in. I'm Dave Anthony.
I think Jussie Smollett should come clear because the truth will set him free.
Gloria Schmidt is the attorney for two brothers who now claim the actor paid them to stage last month's attack in Chicago. Smollett claims was a racist and anti-gay hate crime. Now, he's been charged with disorderly conduct and filing a false police report. There's a bond hearing this afternoon.
We've got a release from his legal team. Like any other citizen, Mr. Smollett enjoys a presumption of innocence, particularly when there's been an investigation like this one, where information, both true and false, has been repeatedly leaked. Given these circumstances, we intend to conduct a thorough investigation and mount an aggressive defense.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Chicago. Christopher Hassan's also due in court today. He's the Coast Guard lieutenant charged as domestic terrorist, accused of plotting large-scale attacks in Maryland with a hit list of Democratic politicians and cable TV hosts. There's a lot of speculation. Robert Mueller's just about done with the Russia and Trump campaign probe. Music to Republican Senator Josh Hawley's ears.
The special counsel needs to bring his evidence forward, if he has any, and let's get on with it. The American people deserve to have this thing wrapped up and over with.
Fox's John Decker live at the White House.
Fox News is told by several DOJ officials that special counsel Robert Mueller is winding down the investigation he began in May of 2017. His confidential report will then be submitted to Attorney General Bill Barr under the special counsel's regulations. Barr then plans to submit to Congress a summary of Mueller's investigation. He's told senators that he wants to be as transparent as possible with Congress and the public, consistent with the rules and the law. The president has said the release of the special counsel report is up to the Attorney General. Dave?
John, another teachers strike, this time in Oakland, California. But in West Virginia, teachers return to class, schools reopening after they ended their two-day walkout. This is Fox News.
Skies are cloudy. We have 29 degrees at 6:02 on AM 560, The Answer. And good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Crews are battling a blaze at a factory on Chicago's west side this morning. The fire broke out this morning inside of a metal plating company near Lake and Racine. There has been a huge response. Hazmat crews are called to the scene. Several ladder trucks are fighting the fire from up above this morning. It is right along the Lake Street L tracks this morning. So far, no word of any injuries. Firefighters have been ordered to evacuate that building. And again, there is disruptions on the CTA Green Line, the Lake Line, as you roll east and westbound. And Jim Telemonte has more on that disruption in just a moment. Jussie Smollett is due in court later today around 1:30 over claims he filed a false police report about being the victim of an attack last month in Chicago. Smollett was charged with felony disorderly conduct after detectives presented evidence before a Cook County grand jury. Gloria Schmidt made the request yesterday that Jessie Smollett come clean after her client spent hours speaking with prosecutors and a grand jury about their ties to Smollett.
Smollett should come clear because the truth will set him free.
More recently, investigators have been looking into whether Smollett paid those two brothers to stage the attack. Family and friends are mourning the death of the youngest victim of last week's shooting in Aurora. Hundreds gathered yesterday in Sheridan for the funeral of Trevor Wayner. Visitations for victims Vicente Juarez and Russell Byer are scheduled for later today. A federal judge denying an emergency motion to reopen a medical sterilization plant in Willowbrook. Sterigenics had requested the temporary restraining order that would have allowed their facility to reopen. In a political move, the Illinois EPA shut it down last week because they say the plant was releasing the cancer-causing chemical ethylene oxide into the air. Attorneys for Sterigenics argued the shutdown is causing a major crisis in the medical industry. The CDC is confirming CWD in Illinois. Federal regulators yesterday releasing a list of counties, mostly in central Illinois, confirming cases of chronic wasting disease. The list comes with a warning. People should not eat any meat from a deer with CWD. Patrick Kane scores in overtime. Blackhawks 5-4 winners over the Red Wings in Detroit. College hoops in the Big Ten. Northwestern lost to Ohio State in the Valley. Loyola back in first place after a win over Evansville. The news service of Maaco. You might not be able to get a new car with your tax refund, but you can make your car feel like it's brand new. All it needs is a great paint job. Come into Maaco today and get your dream paint job during the tax season sales event. 6:05 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Sean Hannity says this is not the same Democratic Party.
This is now a radical extreme party that wants to nationalize pretty much every aspect of our economy. This party is so out of touch. This is a new, radical, extreme Democratic Socialist Party.
The Sean Hannity Show. Afternoons at 2, right before Joel Walsh at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
It was like I was punishing myself. A friend of mine said, why wouldn't you just try the Juul? And so I went out and I bought one. The idea of going back to smoking, I couldn't even imagine doing that. I don't think anyone, including myself, thought that I could switch.
Carolyn made the switch October 2016. Make the switch at JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
What happened? You used to go hours without visiting the bathroom. Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to pee. Listen, the makers of Super Beta Prostate are introducing a new wonder pill, Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced, with 3 key ingredients that are great for your prostate. To celebrate, your first 30-day supply is free. Pay shipping and handling. Get P3 Advanced free. Call 1-800-257-5251. 1-800-257-5251. 1-800-257-5251.
Message and data rates may apply. Do you want to learn how to get started making money flipping houses right here in Chicago? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll be introduced to our 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Than Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the Chicago area who want to learn how to get started making money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. Chicago is a perfect market for my system, and next week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where we'll share how to get started making money flipping houses and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Than's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also reserve a free copy of Than's Money for Deals Guide. Just text your zip code to 82,000.
When you could use help closing your books and need additional staff, it's time to call Account Temps. They can provide you with bookkeepers and other accounting and finance professionals on a temporary or project basis. And fast. Call today. Account Temps, a Robert Half company.
It is 6:07, and let's check the roads in the AM 560 traffic center with Jim Talamonte.
It's quite a fire blazing on Chicago's west side. Lake Street is closed. Racine and Ogden is now 311 alarm, and it's disrupting service in that area on the pink and green lines. CTA pink line being rerouted. Trains go to Polk and connect blue line at Racine. Green line service is suspended. Kennedy, eastbound, Ledge, Canfield, Nagel, 24 minutes O'Hare to downtown, outbound 21. The Eisenhower's 36 minutes, 390 to the Burns Circle. Stevenson, 45 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan, 21 minutes, 95 to downtown. I-57, 18 minutes, I-80 to the Merge. Bishop Ford, 30. It's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center and our meteorologist, Steve Williams.
Times of clouds and sun today, high 33. Clear to partly cloudy, cold tonight, and a low of 18. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 37. Cloudy with occasional rain on Saturday and a high 42. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560, The Answer.
28 at O'Hare. Next news, 6:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Crime
Ding,
solved.
ding, 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 ding. Can you hear me? Okay.
Crime solved. Everybody exhale. Jesse Smollett is now in police custody, taken in about an hour ago. Turned himself in because police were looking for him actively overnight, believe it or not. That's what my source told me. They are fingerprinting him, booking him, taking his mugshot right now. I hear he's very nervous. His demeanor, he's very scared. That's what I've been told.
I mean, yeah,
but I would be too, because it is nerve-wracking.
Well, all performers have flop sweat before the big performance, but that's good.
Well,
it's
this
good
is
to have some
and
nerves.
he is a performer. I mean,
yeah.
Your favorite Jussie Smollett lies. 312-642-5600. Turnkey.pro answer line 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment. You can't forget, he's a fighter. He's an advocate.
I think that what people need to hear is just the truth. It's just the truth, because everybody has their own idea. Some are healing and some are hurtful. But I just want young people, young members of the LGBTQ community, young Black children to know how strong that they are, to know the power that they hold in their little pinky.
I mean, he enjoyed every moment of this.
He said, "This MAGA country punches me right in the face." So I punched his ass back.
Oh, sure
I noticed the rope around my neck and I started screaming.
I swear I did that. And the L in LGBTQ, QWERTYUIOP bracket.
So this is the timeline.
Is liar.
Yeah,
L
liar.
is for liar.
I mean, he should get an Emmy for this because it was believable. I mean, this was from the heart. This man was victimized, Bruce.
These last 4 days, I would not have been able to get through it without obviously my family, but also the love and support for all y'all.
I mean, and then he said, the whole thing where he was attacked and then he waited 30 minutes for police to arrive. And Bruce, this is what he told Robin Roberts, what that was like when police arrived.
So during that time before they came, it took them about maybe half hour to come. And during that time, I was looking at myself, just like checking myself out. I saw the bruise on my neck, like the little, the rope burn around my neck. And then I smelled bleach. I know the smell of bleach. And I saw on my sweatshirt, it had marks on it, like spots on it, when you have a bad bleach job. So then I was like, there's bleach on me too. So when the police came,
Very good.
I kept the clothes on. I kept the rope.
So you had the rope on the entire time?
I mean, it wasn't like wrapped around, but yeah, it was around because I wanted them to see. I wanted them to see what this was. I told them what happened, everything. I also asked them to turn their body cams off because they were trying to stay in the hallway. And I was like, please just come in. Like, I don't want a big scene with my neighbors and with like the second round of police officers. I went down to where it happened and I walked them through exactly what happened. And I looked up and I saw that there was a camera
Yeah, but the camera is pointing in a different direction. So his whole concoction fell through because the brothers were picked up. He was supposed to be at the police headquarters with his attorneys on Wednesday. That didn't happen. So they convened a grand jury yesterday, and the two Nigerian-American brothers, they were there. They testified for, one brother took 3 hours, the other one took 4 hours, and their attorney was questioned on the way out.
I think that Jesse's conscience is probably not letting him sleep right now. So I think he should unload that conscience and just come out and tell the American people what actually happened.
Because the truth will set you free.
I've heard this so much, I know these sound bites better than I know the charge of the Light Brigade, and it's getting kind of boring for me. But I do like one thing that he said there. He blamed the police for showing up 30 minutes late. That is so rich, because if the Chicago police had actually been homophobic and racist, they wouldn't have investigated this thing, and he wouldn't be in trouble today. So the ironies abound. It's just wonderful. Well, I'm enjoying this story much.
So many, well, not to mention the politicians who called this a modern-day lynching. It was a modern-day con job is what that was, and they should all come forward and apologize today. But then you have other actresses and actresses saying, I can't blindly believe Chicago PD, the department that covered up shooting Laquan McDonald over a dozen times, that operated an off-site torture facility. I mean, the Chicago police that were raked under the coals because of this.
Or even over them.
Over the coals.
They deserve to be raked over, under, around, and through.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. Let's go to Yemi. Yemi, it's been a while. He joins us from the north side. Good morning, Yemi.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Yemi, I got love in my Timmy for you.
Yemi.
Oh, we lost him.
We lost Yemi. That's all right. Yemi, if you're out there, call back. You know the number, 312-642-5600. Ken joins us from Plainfield. Good morning, Ken.
Morning. I just wanted to say, as much as the truth might set some people free, the truth is it's pretty sad that we're wasting this much time on some quasi-celebrity who I actually never heard of the story. We got more important things out there, like, say, the Coast Guard guy who was planning an attack on the country.
Well, watch
MSNBC.
MSNBC.
Over and out.
Yeah, watch MSNBC for that, because you can be sure they're going to shift from, if they are even talking about Jussie Smollett at all, they're going to be talking about this, because this guy had a hit list with journalists on it. I mean, if you call Joe Scarborough a journalist, but a lot of liberal.
That was a good thing, but I mean,
exactly.
Besides that, I'm just saying. I mean, this guy is
right.
really a nothing actor, and the amount of time spent on so-called celebrity is just irritating.
But Ken, don't you like this? Because you look at somebody like a Kardashian, and you can say, hey, that could be me if I knew how to market myself. I could get all this fame. And Jussie Smollett,
never be a Kardashian. I don't have a big enough butt.
And Jussie Smollett, right? And Jussie Smollett has done it. He has arrived, and I love it.
He's toast. Oh,
I'm in his corner.
On you. He's toast. Brad joins us from the West Loop. Good morning, Brad.
Hey, good morning, guys. So I've got the perfect defense. Clearly it was a mix-up in the script, and he got Christine Blasey Ford's script instead.
Yeah, I totally understand. It happens. It happens so much, and that will be his defense. You don't buy my defense that these guys. I mean, nobody's shown that the money was paid for the purpose of this attack.
They subpoenaed the cell phone records yesterday and his bank records.
Well, I'm sure when the two guys were interviewed by the Chicago police for all those hours the other day, that
for 2 days.
Well, right, the Chicago police said, where and when did you rehearse this thing? Because that will be the thing, one of the things that will show that it happened.
Thanks so much for the phone call. We found out yesterday, too, not found out, but received the surveillance video of them buying the red hat and the black mask.
I've heard about it, read about it, seen it on the news, but I never thought that I would actually be involved in what they was plotting and planning.
And that's the beauty store's security guard who watched them methodically buy all of this stuff, because you got to get me one of these, Bruce. You hear me?
We didn't have the typical ski mask that goes straight across the face, so I showed them what we do have, and that's the robbery mask.
The robbery mask.
From the 70s, the robbery mask?
It was bizarre because it was unusual for people to purchase these type of masks, not since the 70s.
So, I mean, do they have submachine guns that they sell in there as well? We have a robbery mask.
Oh, yeah, right this way. In aisle 4.
CW...
Please, what color would you like? Would you like the magenta, or would you like the gray or the black? Yes.
Well, black is a hate crime if you
Oh,
wear that.
stop it.
But what? Why didn't some? I forgot who it was. Jay Peterman or whoever makes ski masks. They stopped making ski masks after the Ralph Northam thing. But CWB, one of the website that's providing a lot of information during this, along with some TV reporters, said that is the longest retail transaction, 4 minutes and 7 seconds in the history of retail transactions.
They took their time. Maybe they were trying to scan their faces because they did, zoom in. This is a great text message we got. Lost in all of this is this psycho who is totally content with framing two innocent people. And that is so true. His two friends that he trains with at that gym at Ashland and Roscoe, I can tell from the pictures exactly where they are. They were his buddies, and he didn't care. They could have gone to jail for 20 years and have been charged with a hate crime, and they turned on him. Thank God. Let's go to Mike from the north side. Hi, Mike. How are you?
Hi, good morning. If this Jesse Smollett gets prison time away from Chicago, will that make Bruce Wolf the biggest drama queen in the city?
Thank you.
That's very good.
I'm wondering, do you think Jussie will hold out longer on his innocence than Pete Rose did? And will we be able to bet on
Well,
that
how could you
under the
write
new
this
sports
wrong?
betting regime?
I mean, if you're his crisis manager, how could you write this wrong? You can come out crying. I mean, what could you do? What could you possibly say for people to forgive you? I know I have a lot of forgiveness in my heart, but not for this guy. I just don't. And, Oscars are Sunday, and I think he has to put his Oscar party on hold. And with that, let's go to Mark, who joins us from the north side. Good morning, Mark.
Yeah, I was just thinking that if Jesse was invited to one of these award shows in Hollywood, say next week or whatever, he'd probably get a standing ovation.
I don't know about
No. Those are reserved for Roman Polanski. You remember
Yeah.
that during the Oscars?
Right.
Roman
Yeah.
Polanski.
The rapist?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
The child rapist.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Mark. I don't know. I mean, Hollywood hasn't responded, and Cory Booker hasn't responded, who spoke about Jussie Smollett on the Senate floor, which was a horrible mistake. Kamala Harris calling this a modern-day lynching. Haven't heard from her yet. So this story, again, still evolving. 5 o'clock this morning, he was taken into police custody. There's going to be a 9 a.m. press conference, and he's getting booked, and that mugshot should be released sometime soon. Let's go to David, who joins us from McCook.
Hey, good morning, guys. 2 quick points. Number one, if these big dudes, these guys are bodybuilders, if they really attacked him, he would have more than a paper cut under his eye.
No, but you know what? They might not be street fighters. They might be like gym guys. You don't
Bruce,
know that,
I don't know
David.
if you're familiar with the physique of some, like the power that they can pack. Those guys would rip his head off if they punched him. He'd be in a coma.
They might be
They're
docile.
pretty big boys.
They might have a docile demeanor.
No, they don't. They play football. They've played football at Quincy
But I happen
University,
to
and they
know-
played at Lakeview High School.
At Quincy University.
Yeah,
Enough
Division
said.
2?
Yeah,
Or is that
really.
Division 3? I
really?
don't know.
Is it even a division? My goodness. They're probably like Franco Harris and ran out of bounds at the first sight of some scaredy.
No, they did.
Yes, I think I could take those two guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Me and Jesse Smollett
three
in a
enter?
tag team match
Yeah.
against those two guys.
4 enter, 1 leaves. Is that what you're saying? Okay, I'd pay for that.
So.
This is the morning show more Chicago radio listeners are choosing. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
The following is a paid political announcement.
I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. Chicago is a big city, 234 square miles. We have 50 aldermen to watch over our neighborhood, but only 1 police superintendent. As mayor, I will add 3 more superintendents and form separate districts for them to be responsible for and bringing top management to the police force closer to our citizens.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for mayor.
Like it or not, it is cold and flu season in Chicago. Just look around the office. Everyone is coughing and sneezing and sniffling. And if you want to avoid getting sick, then you know that there's a way to boost your immune system. How about this? A great way to do it is with the fruits and veggies from Balance of Nature. We're all busy. It's hard to get enough fruits and veggies in our diet. That's where Balance of Nature comes in. It's 10 servings of 31 fruits and veggies in a capsule to boost your immune system all winter long. You've heard the testimonials on the air. And Amy can tell you this. They're 100% real. She spent time with Dr. Douglas Howard, founder and creator of Balance of Nature, and he showed her the emails and played the voicemails of real people who use Balance of Nature to get healthier and stay healthy. That should be you. Don't wait another day. Try it now before you get sick. You can get 35% off when you order by using promo code Chicago. Call 800-246-8751. That's 800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use promo code Chicago for 35% off your first set of fruits and veggies from Balance of Nature.
VNC Communications, Inc., doing business as Performix, seeks an associate director of analytics and their Chicago, Illinois office to lead a business analytics team in the development and delivery of data-driven marketing solutions for clients to improve marketing performance and understanding of consumer insights. Interested applicants send resume to VNC Communications, Inc., doing business as Performix, 35 West Wacker Drive, Chicago, Illinois, 60601. Attention, H. Blackston.
Folks, when shopping for a home mortgage, how much is great service, low closing costs, and competitive interest rates worth to you? At Townstone Financial, it's priceless. Hi, Barry Sterner, founder of Townstone Financial. Let's hear about the Townstone experience from one of our customers.
We have a 40-year-old daughter with metastatic stage 4 breast cancer, and the reason we needed to refinance is so we can help her. Zach said, yeah, we can do something, and believe me, he's my hero right now. He took enough money out to pay all my taxes, my insurances, everything is now escrowed. I love what he did, and didn't change any of the terms that he said to begin with. Your competitor was like a bad car salesman. Phenomenal job, Zach.
Remember, nobody values your home mortgage business more than Townstone. I guarantee it, and I own the company. So call me now, Barry Sterner, at 312-896-2110. That's 312-896-2110. Or go to townstone.com. That's TOWNSTONE.com.
Townstone Financial is licensed in Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, Florida. NMLS 136639. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. Equal housing lender.
The Greater Chicago Coin, Currency, and Collectible Show, one of the largest coin shows in the nation, is here. Now at the Pheasant Run Resort in St. Charles. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Winter blues got you down? When the weather's cold, go for some indoor fun for everyone. Check out Coins and Currency as history comes alive right before your eyes. Coins and Currency can be great investments too. And a great hobby. Admission and parking are free. Just bring your photo ID. Hundreds of the top dealers from all over the country. Displays valued at millions of dollars. U.S. and world paper money, gold and silver bullion, and more. The Greater Chicago Coin, Currency, and Collectible Show. A show for the whole family. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. At the new location, the Pheasant Run Resort in St. Charles. Admission and parking both free with your photo ID. Get rid of those winter blues. Get to the Greater Chicago Coin, Currency, and Collectible Show. All the info at ChicagoCoinShow.com. ChicagoCoinShow.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
We also found out late afternoon yesterday why, our Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx decided to recuse herself. Apparently, she spoke on the phone with one of Jussie Smollett's relatives. And that is the dumbest thing. Does she not know the responsibilities of the office of being a Cook County State's Attorney? You don't do that.
I don't know it. And I'm an attorney, but not a state's attorney. Here's my question.
But you can't do that. You don't. She's a star chaser, just like President Obama.
Well, that may be true, but the two may not be mutually exclusive. Here's my question about it. Remember, at the time, we thought that Jussie Smollett, and we had a reason to believe it, was actually a victim.
Never
that's
once,
how it was
never
being treated.
Once in my life,
so
for a millisecond did I believe him.
Isn't the state's attorney allowed to facilitate things for the victim and talk to somebody? Maybe not. Maybe this is beyond the rules.
She should have
it should be
known
looked
better.
into.
And you know who told her she should have known better? The former Cook County State's Attorney, Anita Alvarez.
This is a heater case. And while we would all like to have jobs where things just, every day go perfectly, that doesn't happen in the Cook County State's Attorney's office. But again, when you're the elected sitting in that seat, this is what you're supposed to do.
It was a heater case, and I was in the hot seat at one time. But no, Kim Foxx can't do it, because if you can't stand the heat, you should get out of the kitchen.
Danny joins us from Mount Prospect. Good morning, Danny.
Good morning. Please get Jussie out on bond ASAP so he can be the host for the Academy Awards.
He's earned himself an Oscar spot, right?
Yes, thank
to
you.
be a presenter. I see what you're saying. Thanks, Danny. Great minds from Mount Prospect. I know I am one, and that's why I can't
You're a Mount
figure out-
Prospect.
Yeah, you didn't know I'm
Prospectian.
from Mount
Yeah,
Prospect?
I vaguely recall
Oh, I just dropped off. I just messed this up. Greg from Schaumburg, please call back because I just accidentally hung up on you. Sorry about that.
Should we do a Balance of Nature spot while we wait for him to come back?
I'm going to have to say,
31 fruits and veggies together in one capsule.
Greg joins us from
It's in one capsule. How do you figure? I could see 15, 16 fruits and veggies in one capsule, but how do you fit 31 of them in one capsule?
Will you stop
How do you
it?
do that? It's like a Willy Wonka gobstopper or whatever it was. Yeah.
Oh, that was bad. Okay, wait. You know what? This time, I'm going to let Quinn take the phone call. Quinn, thank you. Greg, you're on Chicago's Morning Answer.
I think it's a conspiracy by Bruce here. First of all, I've got the obvious answer that is going to be used as the alibi, and then I've got a question really quickly for Bruce. The obvious answer, it was a polar vortex. You always get attacked on Chicago streets at minus 23 degrees below zero with a 52. And Bruce, about 20 minutes ago, you talked about actors or performers having flop sweat before they go on.
Sure.
Undoubtedly, that's you. Does Amy get a new chair when she comes back to that side of the room?
Thank you for thinking of her. That's so kind of you, Greg. You've got it all figured out. Yes, the universe was bending towards this moment because of the polar vortex. Greg is absolutely right about that. No question about it.
Well, I'm sure he'll be out on bond, don't you think? Bruce? I mean, because you're such a legal
I'm
expert.
not a criminal guy.
No, but do you think they'll release him on bond?
Yes. They'll set it at $1.380, and he'll have to come up with 2 bits to get. Of course,
And people
he's gonna be
do
out
not
on bond.
forget that there is a U.S. Postal Inspection, a federal probe on him for that alleged letter that he may have sent to himself. And we learned yesterday that the brothers 100% deny that they had nothing to do with sending or creating that threatening letter. I don't know if that'll stand up.
Now, I feel bad because after today, when he makes his appearance, there's going to be a void. We're not going to hear about this case for at least 72 hours, maybe a few weeks, because it's going to slowly grind its way
we'll
through
slowly
the
learn where
courts.
they did their rehearsals. We'll learn more about this case. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, switching gears a little bit, guess what? We have 5 days from now, an election. And we're hearing closing arguments from candidates all week long. Today at 6:36, we have Amara Enya joining us. Can't wait to get her reaction to this latest news on Jussie Smollett. But first, let's get into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
29 degrees at 6:31. Crews battling a blaze on Chicago's west side this morning. Massive response near the Lake Street L, the Green Line, and that has caused some problems for commuters in both directions this morning. They are rerouting those trains, and Jim Telemonte will have all of that information for you in just a moment. U.S. Coast Guard officer is accused of being a domestic terrorist. FBI agents arrested Lieutenant Christopher Paul Hassan and seized a stockpile of weapons and ammunition from his home near Washington last Friday. Hassan is due in federal court today for a detention hearing. Negotiators for the U.S. and China said to be making significant progress toward ending the trade war, shaking the world's 2 largest economies. Negotiators are drawing up memorandums of understanding on issues including American companies being forced to transfer
it's really
technology,
come down to turnout.
cyber theft, intellectual property rights, agriculture, and non-tariff barriers to trade. Check your medical records this morning. A University of Washington medicine spokesperson is saying the organization is dealing with a data breach that exposed information on nearly 1 million patients in all 50 states. An internal human error led to the breach, exposed patient medical records on the internet for at least 3 weeks from December 26 through January 10. We're following developments in Haiti this morning, where a group of heavily armed foreigners, including 5 Americans, are in U.S. custody following their arrest by Haitian authorities. The group also includes a Serb and a Russian, were detained after anti-government protests in Haiti's capital on Monday. They were armed, heavily armed. They also had drones and satellite phones. Empire actor Jussie Smollett is under arrest this morning for allegedly filing a false police report. Spokesman for the Chicago Police Department tells us Smollett is now in the custody of detectives after arriving at central booking, Facing a felony disorderly conduct charge, he's due in court later today. Family and friends are mourning the death of the youngest victim of last week's shooting in Aurora. Hundreds gathered yesterday in Sheridan for the funeral of Trevor Weiner. And several candidates for Chicago mayor are speaking out after word that contract extensions are being handed out to a number of appointees of lame duck Mayor Rahm Emanuel, who is in Paris this week. The Sun-Times says the move can leave taxpayers holding the bag for more than $800,000. Mayoral candidate Susana Mendoza called the golden parachutes outrageous. Bill Daley, in fact, pointed out it's not even a common practice in the private sector anymore. Chicago sports. Patrick Kane scored in overtime, lifting the Blackhawks to a 5-4 win over the Red Wings in Detroit. The Hawks now move into a tie with the Avalanche for the final wildcard spot in the West. Hawks host Colorado tomorrow. College hoops last night. Northwestern lost to Ohio State in the Big Ten. In the Valley, Loyola back in first after a win over Evansville. The news, a service of Accountemps. Finding highly skilled accounting and finance professionals can be a challenge. Accountemps can help. With Accountemps' extensive network of accounting and finance contractors, you can be sure to find the right person for your exact hiring needs. Visit Accountemps.com to learn more. Accountemps, a Robert Half company. 6:34 is our time, and we'll have a check of traffic and weather for you coming up next on AM 560.
Winter stinks. Snow, ice, freezing temperatures, more snow. Escape Chicago and join Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson in Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. You'll stay at the Marvel Residences Luxury Resort in Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. It's a beautiful, all-inclusive resort located between Rainforest Mountains and the Pacific Ocean. Don't wait to book your Passport to Paradise trip with AM 560 and Apple Vacations. Visit 560theanswer.com/passport. That's 560theanswer.com/passport.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Chuck Spaveri, CEO of Spaveri's Custom Counters, a Chicagoland manufacturer of residential and commercial countertops. If there's a local commercial bank who knows how to get a deal done, it's Signature Bank. When my brother and I needed it, Signature Bank came through with a creative financing solution. That's because Signature Bank has experience working with companies like ours, a second-generation, family-owned and operated manufacturer. Our business matters to Signature Bank, and that comes through in every visit and every phone call with their team, right up to the bank's co-founders, Kevin, Mick, and Brian. Spaveri's is proud to bank with Signature Bank.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hopefully your home's heating survived the recent polar vortex. It's important to have a heating and cooling company you know you can depend on. That company is the original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling. They aren't one of those massive companies with newer techs and subcontractors. Oh no, Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling send only their own highly skilled techs. From service to installation and everything in between, the work quality and customer service is the best. For 40 years, the original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling has kept homeowners and business customers comfy and warm in the winter and nice and cool in the warmer months. Don't call the big guys, call the best. Call Carrie at 847-545-1700 or visit arlingtonheightsheatingandcooling.net. That's Carrie at 847-545-1700 or online at arlingtonheightsheatingandcooling.net. The original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling, not the biggest, just the best.
Check out Ground Game, the latest podcast from the Associated Press discussing the top political issues around the country. Available on Apple Podcasts.
6:37. Let's get an update on the roads in the AM 560 Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
A multi-alarm fire on Chicago's west side has Lake Street closed now between Aberdeen and Ogden. This is the 1200 block of West Lake. CTA Green Line service is suspended between California and the Loop. Pink Line trains are being rerouted to connect the Blue Line at Racine. Eden's inbound delay started at Elston. 21 minutes, Lake Cook to Montrose, up on 19. Kennedy, 35 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. 12 from Montrose, 10 in the Express. Outbound 25 minutes to the airport. Got Eisenhower jammed with crash past 25th, the left lane. 49 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 39. Stevenson from 355 to Lakeshore Drive, it's 50 minutes. Ryan, 25 minutes, 95th to downtown. It's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Partly sunny, high 33. Clear to partly cloudy and cold, low 18 overnight. Currently 25 at O'Hare, 24 this morning in Aurora. And your next news update is at 7. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Secure Retirement Radio with host Raj Shah. Sunday mornings at 7 on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues now. And make sure to stay tuned to catch me, Mike Gallagher, coming up at 9, only on AM 560, The Answer.
Busy morning here at AM 560, The Answer. We will have a spokesperson from Chicago Police on to talk about what happened early this morning at 5 a.m. Jussie Smollett taken into custody. He's being booked, processed, fingerprinted, mugshots taken, and all that. It's the case that captured the nation's attention, and it's coming to an end. Jussie Smollett charged with felony disorderly conduct, and he may face federal charges. And we're getting, candidates' reaction to this. Yesterday we had Bob Fioretti on, Lori Lightfoot on the day before, and we are pleased to have back on the program. She wants to be your next mayor of Chicago. The election, folks, just 5 days away. Let's welcome back to the show Amara Enya. Good morning, Amara. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fantastic.
Good. So what do you think about the Jussie Smollett case, and do you think he owes Chicagoans an apology?
Well, I certainly think, he certainly owes Chicagoans an apology, but the issue is a lot deeper than that. I mean, you have a case where he essentially lied and filed a false report. And I think it's an injustice not only to the people who really operated in good faith to get to the bottom of it, but it also does a disservice to people who have legitimate issues, who have legitimately been attacked, who have legitimately been harassed. It just undermines the cases where these things actually do happen.
So what do you think it means for race relations in Chicago, if anything?
Well, I don't know that it does much for race relations. I think what's problematic is it gave yet another black eye for the city at the national level, especially because of how what the lie that he constructed was how it was put together. I mean, it just put Chicago back on the map in a very negative light. I think it undermined the reputation that Chicago is really trying to piece back together, especially considering our president and how Chicago has been characterized on the national scale. So I think it set us back in terms of our reputation, and it gives people a reason to, again, discount the very real instances where there may be racism or there may be abuse because of gender or being attacked because of your gender or sexual orientation or your race. It just undermines the real instances where this occurs.
Hi, Ms. Enya, my name's Bruce Wolf, and I'm going to put on my investigative reporter's hat. Actually, I'm just going to read a paragraph from a Tribune story, which I'm sure you're well aware of. It says that you omitted 1/3 of your income on your 2017 federal tax return, the latest in a series of money missteps for a candidate who's campaigning as a public finance expert, a Tribune investigation has found. What do you have to say to that?
Sure. So that was not what the issue that the Tribune brought up was, as a consultant, we work with many different sources of income. So it's not just a simple submit a W-2. What happened was there was some documents from one of my clients that wasn't submitted with my entire packet of documents that I sent to my accountant, but that was already being worked on. That was already in process long before the Tribune article. So there wasn't any discovery. It wasn't something that hadn't already been addressed. So I think what's important is I addressed the issue when it came up, and I don't know many people who haven't had to submit amendments to their tax returns or haven't already gone through that process. So it's not anything that's unique or unusual. I think that drawing the connection between personal finances and being able to correct issues is a lot different from running the city. And I always say we've had many mayors who have had perhaps stellar finances but still have brought the city to the brink of financial ruin. And in the converse, our greatest mayor, Harold Washington, had his own set of tax issues that didn't prevent him from being a great mayor for the city.
It sounds like the argument you're making, and I tend to agree with it, is that there really isn't a causal nexus between personal finances and how you handle the public finances. And so I'd say, well, and that's kind of like Donald Trump's argument that he really shouldn't have to disclose his income taxes. Would you think that would be fine as well, that we shouldn't dwell on things like that? And when will you throw your support to Donald Trump? You see where I'm going with this, Counselor.
Yes, he'll be waiting for quite some time for me to throw my support behind Donald Trump. But at the end of the day, I submitted my tax returns. I think that it's something that has become the norm, although more so at the national level than at the local level. So the issue is not as far as transparency goes, I did submit my tax returns. In fact, we held a public event to talk about my issues because we've always sought to use my campaign as a way to lift up the issues that most Chicagoans face. And we also held a press conference right after the Tribune article. So again, for us, we've always gone above and beyond when it comes to transparency and actually talking about my issues in a very forthright way, because many Chicagoans deal with financial hardship. Many Chicagoans understand what it's like to make tough decisions based upon affordability, medicine for your family, or books for your kids. So we have, unlike other campaigns, used real experiences to lift up the voices of Chicagoans, because our policies as a city have tended to hurt families, especially those who are not necessarily wealthy. And so we're trying to use the campaign as a way to lift up those issues. And it's why our message, I think, resonates much more strongly than other campaigns.
You've made national news because you've had very high-name Hollywood actors supporting you, Kanye West, of course, and musicians, not actors, and Chance the Rapper. Are they going to be campaigning with you in these last 5 days?
Well, so we have done a number of events. So Chance has actually done a number of events with and for us over the last few weeks. Actually, we've had several large events where we've done voter registration and rallies, getting people to the polls. We just finished a series of college campus rallies this week where we're taking people to the polls. We've had late night parties. We've had day parties. So there have been a lot of different and creative ways that we've been using and leveraging their celebrity status, especially Chance's celebrity status, to bring people out and then to get them to the polls. So that's been a consistent thing that we've tried to do throughout our campaign. Is the celebrity status gets you on people's radar, but the substance of our campaign and the message is what's kept people interested. And so we've definitely leveraged that, especially in these last few weeks. These last few weeks, where getting people to the polls is the biggest challenge.
Ms. Enya, you have to pardon me. I'm a little bit out of touch. I moved away from Roosevelt and Harding in 1954, and you're from Garfield Park, so you probably know
He's
about
very
this.
old, is
no,
what
yes,
he's
I'm really
trying
old
to tell
and
you.
irrelevant.
So talk
and irrelevant.
slow.
So, please talk slowly to me. And I love that you got good old number 3, Chance the Rapper's endorsement. What my question is you're talking about the disenfranchised denizens of the neighborhoods. Do you favor school choice?
Well, I think that when you have a school system that is by its very nature inequitable, that doesn't allocate resources in a fair way, and that has a lot of structural problems that prevent people from getting access to the best kind of schools, you don't really have school choice. I mean, most parents would choose not to have to send their kids on a 2-hour commute to get to a good school. Most parents don't want to have to struggle as soon as the child is born to try to get them into a selective enrollment school. So who really has school choice when you don't have great options? That's why
I've
the
been
Chicago
there.
Teachers
We've
Union
tried to get into selective enrollment with my freshmen.
Is the Chicago Teachers Union an impediment to the things your goals? Is it an impediment?
Well, I wouldn't say that at all. I think the teachers have been strong advocates on a lot of the issues that are important: class sizes, the length of the school day, making sure that we have licensed clinical social workers in our schools. These are just some of the issues that are very real, and I think they have done a good job, at least, of lifting up those issues. But with CPS generally, there are structural issues with how the student-based budgeting formula that they use, the way they draw school boundaries, the lack of an analysis on how our capital expenditures and programmatic spread. These are structural issues that CPS has failed to address over the years, and it's why we're seeing, I think, it's part of why we're seeing families leaving Chicago, because they don't want to have such a headache in trying to make sure that their kid gets into one of the few good schools we have.
Yep. Well, I'm going to do a selfless plug. We are at Amundsen High School, and it's a great option.
Mm-hmm.
But Amaya, Enya, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
good luck
thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you.
And it was a pleasure
Thank
having you on the
you.
program.
Likewise, and good luck with all the candidates. It's a lot of us.
Oh, I know. It's a long slog. And Amaya joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Listen to Dan and Amy on your smartphone. Download the AM560 mobile app today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
I'm Lou Dobbs. The markets reopened today. The Supreme Court hears return to sender case, and New Zealand prepares to tax Google and Facebook. Those stories next.
Hi, this is Alexander Green, Chief Investment Strategist for the Oxford Club. Just for a moment, I'd like you to picture the perfect stock. No doubt it would have hundreds of billions in revenue, more than IBM, Facebook, and Google. It would probably be a leader in cutting-edge technology like smartphones and robotics. It would be on the verge of dozens of blockbuster announcements. But most of all, it would be ultra cheap, trading at less than $3 a share. Now, it may seem crazy that such a stock exists, but it does. It's a cutting-edge tech company that has made deals worth hundreds of millions of dollars with Nokia, Microsoft, and Cisco, and a $29.2 billion deal with Apple. It's set to create 50,000 new jobs right here in America, and Donald Trump even calls it the eighth wonder of the world. Yet you've likely never even heard of the stock. Why? Because it trades under a secret name. To find out why the secret $3 stock can help you retire, simply go to onestockretirement.com. That's onestockretirement.com.
The U.S. Supreme Court today hearing arguments in a David Goliath case. A Birmingham, Alabama businessman argues the Postal Service stole his patent and then tried to put him out of business. Wall Street resumes normal trading after being closed yesterday to observe the President's Day holiday. Japan's Minister Shinzo Abe nominated President Trump for this year's Nobel Peace Prize for his work on North Korea, the Japanese leader not saying anything publicly. On Monday, New Zealand announced new taxes aimed at online giants Google and Facebook. The tech companies have been paying little or no taxes on business in New Zealand. That changes now. Please join me for Lou Dobbs tonight, 7 o'clock and 10 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. This is the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
Pain drugs are addictive and have side effects. Get off the drugs and get rid of the pain. You don't need to live with chronic pain. Let's repeat that. You do not have to live in pain. Chronic pain is the worst from an accident or pain that just develops. Dr. Ken Candido is one of the most respected and successful pain doctors in the world. Dr. Candido will work to find the source of your chronic pain and fix it. He teaches pain management around the world and has been voted one of Chicago's best pain doctors several times. Okay, you get it. He is the pain doctor you need. Dr. Candido of Chicago Anesthesia and Pain Specialists will help you get off the pain medication and all its side effects. You can get your life back. Drugs mask the pain. Find the source and fix it. Call Dr. Ken Candido and make an appointment with a cutting-edge, respected, and successful pain physician. Go to mypainchicago.com. mypainchicago.com. Thousands have been helped with their chronic pain. You be the next one. Get the phone number and all the info at mypainchicago.com.
Hi, I'm attorney Stephen Leahy, and I help business owners, 1099 employees, and those with unfiled tax returns solve their IRS problems. And I'm also the host of the IRS Radio Hour.
And I'm Jim Leahy, the co-host of the IRS Radio Hour, heard right here every Sunday evening at 5 on AM 560.
The Answer. I know you want a local attorney you can look in the eye and hold accountable for solving your IRS problem, not some big box outfit without a Chicago connection. So today we have a special offer. A good night's sleep.
A good night's sleep? Are you trying to give away a pillow?
Great guess, Jim. But no, I want to help people solve the problems that are keeping them up at night. If you fear the IRS will take away your money, freeze your bank account, garnish your wages, visit your home or job, and now they can take away your passport, you need to hire me to solve your IRS problem for good.
Call attorney Stephen Leahy, your Chicago IRS answer man at 312-664-6649, 312-664-6649, and get the IRS out of your business and your life for good.
If you maintain an industrial plant, you know your dust collection systems are a vital part of the operation of your plant. Without them, things can get dusty quick. And when your dust collection system malfunctions, the downtime can cost your plant money. Time to call the professionals at Vans Industrial for help.
Hi, I'm Dave Van Camp, owner of Vans Industrial. At Vans, we work with many different types and sizes of dust collectors, from 1,000 CFM to 100,000 CFM. If your system needs housing repair, tube sheet, pulse valves, ductwork, or collection hoods, give us a call. Schedule an inspection today to keep things running smoothly and avoid costly downtime. And when you're ready for a new dust collector, we can design your system from collection hoods to the stack for plants of all size applications.
Vans uses only the best and safest union-trained mechanics, insured at the highest level to perform the job right. Call 833-VANS-IND. That's 833-VANS-IND. Or on the web at vansindustrial.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
We've been talking about it, well, I think for the past 2 weeks, the Jussie Smollett case. Finally, he has been taken into custody to find out how that happened, if he turned himself in, if police want to actively seek him out. Let's get the latest from Tom Ahern, spokesperson for the Chicago Police Department. Good morning, Tom. How are you?
Amy, good morning. I'm doing well, thanks.
So tell us how this all went down.
Well, late last night, we spoke with Mr. Smollett's attorneys, and we negotiated his surrender this morning, which took place about 5 o'clock at the First District. It went without incident. He came in with his attorneys. He really didn't speak. He really showed no emotion. He was met by detectives as they walked into the First District. The detectives took him and processed him, and that's where it stands right now. He's in the process of being photographed, fingerprinted, processed, and then he'll be transported to 26th California to the Cook County Criminal Court building for a 1:30 scheduled bond hearing.
Now, was there ever a point in time where you couldn't find him because there was reports everywhere that he was gone, that nobody knew where he was?
Well, no. For a while, there was some communication breakdown between police and his attorneys, but we were able to communicate with them last night. Several of them were in travel status and couldn't be reached, but we were able to finally connect late last night and agree to the meeting this morning.
Tom, Bruce Wolf, nice to get to talk to you
Bruce.
again. Nice to talk to you again. I was just thinking of like the Roger Stone raid, and of course, this is not the same as that. But sometimes, especially if you want to preserve evidence, you have these raids. But other times, you might want a more public display of an arrest. Is there certain criteria that the police use? Because this seems like it was done, negotiated, and we're not going to make a big public display about this. But sometimes maybe you do want one, or are there regulations and policies of the police department?
In this case, Bruce, as opposed to a hardened criminal or a violent criminal where you have to take more enforcement type actions, more covert actions to get them into custody. This is a class 4 felony. It's a disorderly conduct charge for lying and falsifying police reports and so forth. And we just felt that it didn't warrant that type of operation where enforcement operation where we have to take them into custody that way.
But when he came into Area 1 at 51st and Wentworth, was he able to walk through the front door? And if he was, I'm surprised that no cameras were there to capture that.
No, this took place at the First District at 18th and State.
Okay, and no cameras were there?
No.
Okay,
no.
and this is keeping. I mean, I could just see the thinking. We're going to handle this the classiest way possible because we're the Chicago police who are always taking it on the chin, and this guy has pulled this big hoax on the world. But we're going to play it totally by the book. We're not going to seek publicity for this thing, with the perp walk or the hands, behind in cuffs and throw them into the squad car. And it's the perfect way to play it. It's perfect.
The detectives throughout this entire investigation, all the way through this morning, have been nothing but completely professional. They've taken the high road throughout this entire investigation. The superintendent maintained, asked the detectives that he was a victim up until the point where the trajectory of the investigation changed, and he then became a suspect. So the professionalism on the part of the detectives has just been unmatched, and their tenacity to follow leads and to conduct interviews and to find witnesses and get cooperating witnesses and so forth. It's just been outstanding police work.
I know there's not much.
Not that they don't do this in all cases, because they do. Every case is given the same type of attention and all. It's just that in other cases, sometimes we don't have the same elements as far as witnesses coming forward or evidence leading the detectives further in their investigation like we had in this case. But the same effort goes into every criminal case that's investigated by the police department.
So you said he didn't show any emotion, but was he pleasant? Did he say hello? Was there any exchanges? And I know this sounds crazy. What was he wearing?
No, he was dressed casually. He walked in. The attorneys led him through the door. He stood, didn't speak, stood quietly. We were introduced by his to his attorneys, and then we introduced the detectives, and then they took him in for processing.
All right.
He really didn't speak. He didn't make any statements, and he was very quiet throughout the process.
And how soon till his mugshot's going to be released, or will that be at the 9 a.m. press conference?
We have a 9 a.m. press conference here at headquarters. The superintendent will lay out the facts of the investigation and so forth, and then he'll be his bond hearing is scheduled for 1:30 today at 26th in California.
And those
Criminal Court.
two brothers that went to Lakeview High School, they're free and clear?
Well, they're still, right now, they're considered to be cooperating witnesses.
Okay.
And so right now, I think detectives still have more work to do with them, to glean more information from them, to corroborate information and so forth. But this is where it stands right now.
All right. Thank you so much, Tom Ahern, Chicago Police Department. It is 7 a.m. right now. Time for Fox News.
This is a Fox News alert. Jussie Smollett, now in police custody in Chicago. I'm Dave Anthony. The actor turned himself in this morning to face disorderly conduct and filing a false police report charge.
I think he should unload that conscience and just come out and tell the American people what actually happened.
Gloria Schmidt's the attorney for two brothers who testified before a grand jury yesterday, saying Smollett paid them to stage last month's attack.
In January, the Empire Star claimed he was a victim of a homophobic and racist attack. Smollett told police two men shouted slurs at him, punched him in the face, poured bleach on him, and tied a rope around his neck. The 36-year-old even detailed the incident in a nationally televised interview.
Fox's Mike Tobin in Chicago. Smollett has a bond hearing later today. Christopher Hasson will also go to court today in Maryland. A Coast Guard lieutenant turned accused domestic terrorist facing drug and gun charges. Fox's Tanya J. Powers on the case live.
State prosecutors say those charges are, quote, the tip of the iceberg. They also say Hasson, who has worked at the Coast Guard's Washington headquarters, has held extremist views for years, and that he had what appeared to be a hit list that included prominent Democrats and media figures. Court papers outline a 2017 draft email where he wrote he was, quote, dreaming of a way to kill almost every last person on the earth. A search of his home turned up 15 firearms and more than 1,000 rounds of ammo. Dave.
Tanya, Fox News has learned Special Counsel Mueller's winding down the Russia investigation.
I'm guarantee you Mueller is going to use the report to slap at Trump and his administration any which way he can.
Republican Congressman Louis Gohmert. House Democrats have their own probes into Russia and the president's financial interests. It's day one of a Vatican summit on child sexual abuse by priests.
We humbly and sorrowfully admit that wounds have been inflicted by us, bishops, on the victims.
Cardinal Luis Tegel demanding Catholic leaders no longer turn a blind eye. This is Fox News. Skies are clear. We have 28 degrees at 7:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Here are the stories we are following on WIND Chicago. Crews are battling a blaze at a factory on Chicago's west side. The fire knocked down in the last half hour, but it still is causing disruptions near Lake and Racine, including on the Lake Street Green Line elevated tracks in that area. Jim Telemonte is along in just a moment with an update on the commute
angle to this developing story. Actor Jussie Smollett is due in court later today over claims he filed a false police report about being the victim of an attack last month in Chicago. Smollett was charged with felony disorderly conduct after detectives presented evidence yesterday before a Cook County grand jury. Cook County State's Attorney Kim Foxx is getting some negative feedback from her predecessor for recusing herself from the Smollett case. Anita Alvarez saying she should have recused herself from difficult cases that came across her desk when she was in office, adding she was under the impression that when voters elected her, it meant she had a job to do. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is looking to tax everything from marijuana to plastic bags to pay for an unbalanced new budget. He says that budget will spend more money as well. The governor introduced his first spending plan yesterday. His budget would spend $39 billion, but it would not close Illinois' $3.2 billion budget deficit or make any dent at all in the state's $15 billion in unpaid bills. Patrick Kane scores in overtime. Blackhawks, a 5-4 win over the Red Wings in Detroit. Kane also scored in the second period. Hawks now with 61 points. They're in a tie with the Avalanche for the 8th and final wild card spot in the West, and the Hawks host Colorado tomorrow. College hoops last night. Northwestern continues to stumble badly, losing to Ohio State 63-49. In the Valley, Loyola back in first place after a win over Evansville. Illinois State lost to the Sycamores of Indiana State. The news service of Geico. Great news, there's a quick way you could save money. Switch to Geico. Geico could help you get great coverage at a great price, and it only takes 15 minutes to see if you could save 15% or more on car insurance. Go to geico.com today and see how much you could save. 7:04 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Do you own or run a thriving business in the Chicagoland area? Have you overcome obstacles to make your business what it is today? If that's your business, then AM 560 wants to tell your story on the AM 560 Business Tour, presented by Signature Bank. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson will be broadcasting live from businesses all around Chicagoland, telling success stories of thriving, successful businesses. Hey, if that's you, tell us about it. Visit 560theanswer.com/business and submit your information. That's 560theanswer.com/business.
Get up first thing, smoke a cigarette. Before lunch, after lunch. Now that I'm talking about it, I'm kind of feeling like I've lost about 4 hours of every day. I decided I needed to find an alternative. So I started looking, and then Juul came up. I did both for a while. Eventually, I just switched over, and it's very quick.
Mimi made the switch July 2015. Make the switch at JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
What happened? You used to go hours without visiting the bathroom. Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to pee. Listen, the makers of Super Beta Prostate are introducing a new wonder pill, Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced, with 3 key ingredients that are great for your prostate. To celebrate, your first 30-day supply is free. Pay shipping and handling. Get P3 Advanced free. Call 1-800-257-5251. 1-800-257-5251. 1-800-257-5251.
For more than 50 years, Mueller CPA, a certified public accounting and business advisory firm, has been serving clients in Chicagoland. Dave Nissen, Mueller's managing partner, is here to explain Mueller CPA's history, journey, and opportunity.
Thanks, Dan. Our firm was started by Al Mueller as a one-person CPA firm in 1968. Through growth and partnerships, Mueller CPA has blossomed from a regional firm to an organization that provides services worldwide. Mueller is a reflection of our years of listening and caring for our clients, and we would not be here today if it wasn't for our professionals and support personnel. We value the human side of our business and recognize it as being the most important element of our success. We are growing, we are hiring, and we welcome your interest in our firm.
If you are looking for your first opportunity or your forever career, join an award-winning team that cares about you. Visit the career page at MuellerCPA.com or call Dave directly at 630-524-5274.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I was singing in the shower, singing El Solo Mio. Oh, Solo Mio.
As I was singing Mio, I sneezed. So I'm drying up, and I sneeze again, and I blow my nose. A whole bunch of stuff comes out. I'm suddenly realizing that I am breathing out of my nose the best I've ever breathed out of my nose in years. I don't think it's a coincidence that all of a sudden now I'm breathing. What has happened in the past year? I'm a balanced nation. Little by little every day, if I experience it, I'm happy. I'm sure this has to do with balance of nature. I'm sure it does.
When you call, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 20% off any first preferred order of Balance of Nature and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Finding highly skilled accounting and finance professionals can be a challenge. AccountTemps can help. With AccountTemp's extensive network of accounting and finance contractors, you can be sure to find the right person for your exact hiring needs. Visit AccountTemps.com to learn more. AccountTemps, a Robert Half company.
7:08, a check on the roads in the AM 560 traffic center. Here is Jim Telemonte.
On Chicago's west side, Lake Street is closed from Ogden to Holstead now. Major fire. CTA Green Line services. Process resuming, still suspended between Ashland and the Loop. Pink Line trains connect to the Blue Line at Racine. Inbound Eisenhower is jammed. Tri-State to past 25th after a crash. It's an hour from 390 to downtown, 40 minutes from Manheim, 51 minutes outbound to 390. This has the Reagan Tollway backed up to before Roosevelt. Eden's 24 minutes, Lake Cook to the junction. Kennedy from O'Hare to downtown, it's 43 minutes. Stevenson, you get 52 minutes, 3:55 for Lakeshore Drive. Ryan, 27 minutes, 95th to downtown. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center and meteorologist Steve Williams.
Today, it'll be partly sunny with a high 33, clear to partly cloudy, cold tonight, low 18. Sunny tomorrow with a high 37. Cloudy with occasional rain on Saturday and a high 42. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560, The Answer.
It's 25 at O'Hare. Next news, 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Watch today's show live right now on the Income Store live video stream at 560theanswer.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
So did you watch
Ding, 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 ding.
Did you watch it?
I'm
Governor Pritzker's budget address yesterday?
No, I'm catching up on Empire.
Oh, that's right. What season are you on?
0.
Okay.
Season 0 of Empire.
Pritzker, of course, came out swinging because, the budget deficit, the $134 billion pension crisis. I think it's $15 billion in unpaid bills. That's all. You know whose fault that is. It's Ronner's fault.
During a time of unprecedented economic growth across the country, we lost 4 valuable years because of an ideological battle. That stops now.
Yeah, what he's promised, an idiot. Yeah, what he promised yesterday. He's proposing $1.1 billion in new spending. Are you ready? How is he going to pay for it? He wants to legalize and tax recreational marijuana. We knew that was coming. Legalize and tax sports betting. Tax insurance companies. Raise money from a plastic bag tax. Electronic cigarette tax. And raise the cigarette tax.
Maybe you should put a plastic bag over his head.
Hey there
I
now.
mean, seriously, an ideological battle? We have to listen to this garbage?
There's no hiding from it. There's no running from it. There's no lying about it.
You are running from it,
I choose a
fat
fair
ass.
tax system to get us out of this mess.
Bruce.
I can say it. I'm Jewish.
Okay.
And he's Jewish.
Republicans
You're
responded.
a shamda on the religion.
I don't know what that means, but I think it's a derogatory term.
Yes.
It was one that was mainly addressed towards his constituency. This budget is a joke. More of the same. Higher taxes, more spending. That's the Pritzker plan. His money will stay in the Bahamas and the trusts, and the people of this state will have to pay higher taxes.
The graduated income tax that he professes, I think, works in other states to diminish economic opportunity. And we just fundamentally disagree on how you create economic opportunity.
Because he wants Illinois to move from a flat income tax system to a graduated one. Somebody who watched the entire budget address.
What do we need to talk to her
Kristen McQuarrie from the Chicago Tribune, columnist and editorial board member. Good morning, Kristen. How are you?
Hi, Kristen.
Good morning, Bruce and Amy. Hello.
Don't use bad language
Hi.
like Bruce just used, okay?
Well, she can't.
I
She's a
know.
shiksa.
I'm thinking
You're a shiksa.
you should start speaking Spanish to him and putting him in his place.
All right, so what was the most egregious part of this budget address for you personally?
The beginning, the middle, or the end, or all of them? Hey!
I mean, I'm used to watching budget addresses, so I wouldn't say that anything was terribly personally egregious, but he did come at this, he came at this saying that this was going to be a truly balanced budget, unlike the previous governor, unlike previous governors before him, and it just isn't. It's just on paper. It counts on all of these revenues that aren't necessarily going to be up and running, and then that's not really a balanced budget. And also, budgets never take into account the $15 billion in unpaid bills and the pension liability.
That's okay. It's like the federal government with Social Security and everything, and nobody cares. We kick the can down the road. Let me ask you this, Kristen. He wanted sports betting, so that perks my ears because, I won a couple of Emmys for sportscasting.
My gosh.
No, here's the thing.
I mean, honest to God.
In the sports
Here
betting.
we go.
Here we go, Kristen. You ready? Enough about me. What do you think of me?
In the sports betting, will we be allowed to expand it, like to be able to bet how much Jussie Smollett is going to get, for example? Will we have they gone into the details on that, or is that just kind of he's drawing the broad outlines of it?
There are actually some bills that have been floating around for a couple of years to legalize it. Most of it is just online. And again, I think the revenue that they're projecting to get from online sports betting is just, they're not going to meet those expectations. We're saturated with gambling in general. Same with his idea for like a plastic bag tax, even marijuana. I don't know if you guys are getting your pot brownie recipes together, but I think we're going to have. I just don't think the revenue from something like that is going to be maybe as lucrative and also as immediate as he believes it will.
Well, how about the money that's going to be saved by cutting out that minuscule private scholarship program? Because with education in the dumper, what we of course want to do is deter anybody from coming up with any creative solutions.
Okay, so that is actually the most personally egregious part of the budget, and I've been very open about and written lots of columns about my support for the Opportunity Scholarship Program and school choice. And the idea that someone like the governor who sends his kids to Francis Parker, one of the most elite private schools, tuition is around $35,000 to $40,000 a year. He doesn't send his kids to their neighborhood public school.
Well, of course
the
not.
fact that he wants to strip school choice for this tiny little program that just got up and running, to me is just really is hypocrisy. And there are so many lawmakers down there also who went to Catholic school or private school, who send their own kids to Catholic school or private school, who will vote to now disrupt the lives of all of these kids who are in their first year under this program at a different school.
But he wants to tell the people to donate what to do with their money because he wants them to take that money and pour it into public schools.
You know what? Even people who send their kids to private schools pay property taxes that fund CPS. CPS just got a huge block of money from our income taxes that we send to the state through the new school funding formula. So CPS gets plenty of money. The fact that schools are failing and have been chronically failing in CPS never seems to be upper mind of a lot of these politicians. That's why parents are leaving, because they want better results. I was just at a Catholic school a few months ago in Chicago Heights, which is a predominantly the kids going to the school are predominantly minority, Hispanic, Black. They come from everywhere. These are parents they're truck drivers, nurses, single moms. They're so excited that their kids are going to have this Catholic school experience. The school has excellent results. And now some of them might not be able to finish there if this program gets completely dissolved.
Why is he doing this? I mean, it's so
because he's a liberal Jewish Democrat, and I can say that because I'm Jewish. We're the most self-loathing pieces of garbage in the world. We're horrible because it's tikkun olam. No, it's Hebrew. We've got to heal the world, and we think we got to do that through government action, and all we ever do is F it up. And now, because of Rauner, we're going to visit this fat piece of crap on us. Is that eloquent?
Boy.
Was I eloquent?
I mean,
was I eloquent
my
there,
goodness.
Kristen?
I don't think you really hit the marks for eloquence on that one.
Okay,
I
let me
would point out
amend
actually
that.
a lot
Portly
of-
guy. Yes. Go ahead.
A lot of Jewish schools have been pressuring the governor to not roll this program back because there are lots of parents who want their kids to have that religious experience, and so.
Oh, no. You
a
don't
lot of
understand.
Jewish
He doesn't send his kids to a Jewish school.
No,
he sends them to Francis Parker.
Who, by the way, we're
I
playing
know.
Friday night, and we're going to kick their butts.
I hope you do.
We always do. We're scrappy. Kristen McQuarrie, I wanted to move on to Kim Fox, our lovely Cook County State's attorney, who decided to recuse herself from the Jussie Smollett case because she talked on the phone to one of his relatives a few days ago. Well, how in the world did she not know that she shouldn't have done that?
I don't know because that relationship has not been made clear. I don't know if this was a really close family friend, and you've been in those situations where someone calls you and you have a conversation that you think is just maybe she's giving some guidance on how to handle these sorts of accusations or what to do with the state's attorney's office. But what happened was whoever she spoke with on the phone, who's a relative of Jussie's, is going to possibly be a witness now in his criminal case. So she had to step aside. I'm not seeing it as like, hugely egregious. I think it's always better to call yourself out on these conflicts. But in the future, maybe not have those conversations with family members in the first place. Right off the bat, just say I can't talk about it.
Kristen, stop making sense and let's move to some absurdity here. President Trump is coming under fire for prejudicing the Smollett jury pool by saying, if I had sons, they'd look like the guys, those two black guys wearing ski masks were trying to look like. Should the president stop tweeting things like this that I just made up?
I've always said he should stop tweeting, but he's not going to, obviously.
Bruce lives in a hypothetical world.
Isn't it great
right
that
now?
Trump...
His line of questioning is crazy right now?
But it is
so don't
interesting
answer that question.
Trump has actually not tweeted about this.
No, he did respond. They asked him, right at the beginning, and he, had words of, he just said, it's a horrible thing that happened, and
but he hasn't really gotten all over this. He's probably been
I don't
told by
want him
people
to.
not to
It's
say
perfect
something.
not to say. I think he's playing this perfectly.
Can
What do you
Kristen
think?
say something about this, Amy?
Yeah.
I don't know that he's even caught up because one thing that's been very interesting about this story is locally, we're all over it. Amy's been all over it. The newsroom at the Tribune, people were skeptical from the start, but it's taking a while for the nation and national news media to catch up to this story. And so I don't even know that he's aware of all the twists and turns.
You know what's interesting? You just mentioned the Tribune. Normally, and I'm going to put you on the spot here so you can not answer if you don't want to. Normally, it's the newspapers that are on top of this all the time. It's been the local yokel TV reporters whom I have nothing but contempt for, but I've got to admit, they're the ones who've been all over this, plus that CWB site. Would you agree or disagree on this?
Well, I would disagree because, first of all, Bruce, I know that you don't read newspapers.
That's right. Yeah.
He
So
just
you-
reads tweets.
I read Kristen McQuarrie every Tuesday. What more do you want from me?
The newsrooms have been, they have to be very careful in not, in just printing what they know to be factual in the case. But there have been lots of clues in stories about this where you can tell that the reporters are not sold on it, are raising questions, citing anonymous sources. That's been the case in print as well.
Because I never see people, because I live my whole entire life on Twitter. I never see the Tribune people or the Sun-Times people, like I do in so many other stories, as the ones that we can plagiarize from. Now I'm seeing, like your Rob L. guy, your Rafer Y guys, those guys.
Well, because they were getting leaked the information.
But I'm not seeing the newspaper people on that. Am I wrong about this, Kristen? Tell me.
No, I think the newspapers have been too.
Okay.
I think they've been on top of it. I think all local media, they all talk to each other. The print people talk to the TV people at all these press conferences. So
right.
It's been there. I think probably so many people, Bruce, now have blocked you on Twitter that maybe you're not seeing some of the print people and their content.
I am out of here. That is the unkindest cut of all. I have never been so insulted over the truth in my life.
Kristen McQuarrie, I didn't think I could love you any more than I already do, but thank you so much for that. We'll have to leave it there
Don't
for
block
today.
me. Don't block me, Kristen.
You can follow Kristen McQuarrie,
Never.
Chicago Tribune. She's a columnist and editorial board member. Follow her on Twitter at State House Chick. Thank you so much, Kristen.
No, State House Chick.
I said State House Chick.
I thought you said State House Chick.
Oh, Kristen,
Okay.
bye. So
Bye,
good talking
bye.
to you.
Good luck.
This
Bye.
is, you get
Best
to
of
leave.
luck.
Hugs.
And
Bye.
she joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
It's what Chicago is talking about. It's Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy on AM 560. The Answer.
Hey, I'm Amy Jacobson, and I have the pleasure of having Chris Crum, the national host of Power Trading Radio, with me. And he has some really cool workshops on the schedule that you can attend right here in the Chicagoland area. Hi, Chris. How are you?
I'm awesome, Amy. Thanks for having me. This is for Online Trading Academy. They're the people that power Trading Radio, and they've got some powerful, comprehensive workshops on the schedule. They're proven, convenient workshops where they teach you the common mistakes that traders and investors make. They show you how they can time the markets with a great degree of accuracy. And you know what they do is they introduce you to a patented rule-based strategy that you can apply to a trading account if you want to replace or supplement your income, or you know what, apply it to your long-term investments to grow wealth over time. $500 value, but they have empowered me to give it away to your listeners today absolutely free.
And the phone number to call is 888-984-TRADE. That's 888-984-8723, or go to tradingacademy.com. That's tradingacademy.com.
The following is a paid political announcement.
I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. Under current Illinois state law, you can lose your home if your real estate taxes are 8 months past due. 50,000 Cook County property owners learned that the hard way this year. People facing financial hardship can't afford to pay the taxes, can have their properties sold for a fraction of the value of the property. Ask your mayor, I would change that.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for mayor.
Another new year has come and gone, and if you're a business owner and still haven't done anything about your company's network and computer system, listen closely. You and your employees suffer every time something goes wrong with your network, and in most cases, it can take days to hire an IT person to fix it. Maybe you've been lucky and everything's running fine, but how long will that last? Whether you've experienced technical trouble or not, when you do, it costs your company money. But it doesn't have to. Don't wait for a crisis. Turnkey IT can help make 2019 the year you're prepared for anything technology throws at you. You'll be set up for success and get in front of the many technical issues that can overwhelm a business. Turnkey specializes in the preventive steps to keep you going. So get on it for a limited time. Get free lunch for the decision makers of your company when you have Turnkey do a complimentary network audit of your systems. Even if you have a current IT company, a second opinion never hurts. Leave the technical stuff to the pros so you can focus on the important things. Visit turnkey.pro today. Turnkey.pro.
When it's cold outside, you can dress for it. But when your furnace gives out, hey, a blanket fort can only do so much. So call your local 1-Hour Heating and Air Conditioning. We'll replace your old furnace with a new high-efficiency one. And that beats a bunch of blankets any day. Right now, cozy up to big savings on a complete heating system. Call 855-1-HOUR.
Your comfort is just a call away. Call 1-Hour.
Terms and conditions may apply. Call for details. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Hey, a great way to get healthy is with the fruits and veggies from Balance of Nature. Yeah, Balance of Nature comes in 10 servings of 31 fruits and veggies in a capsule to boost your immune system all winter long. You've heard the testimonials on the air. Amy's talked to Dr. Douglas Howard, the founder and creator of Balance of Nature. He showed her all the emails and played all the voicemails about how great Balance of Nature is. Don't wait another day. Try it now before you get sick. You can get 35% off when you order by using the promo code Chicago. Call 800-246-8751. That's 800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com. Use the promo code Chicago for 35% off your first set of fruits and veggies from Balance of Nature.
When you hear the word divorce, a lot of thoughts go through your head. The emotional exhaustion, confusion, the extra demands, loneliness. It's not a fun subject to talk about. So many people have or are currently going through a divorce. You may be one of them, or you know someone who is. Maybe a family member or friend. Now there's some great assistance to get you through the tough times. A BFF's Guide to Divorce can help you or someone you know walk through the divorce process and relieve much of the stress. It explains some of the variables and decisions of a divorce, along with the overall process and terminology. But it also explains how a best friend forever, a BFF, can walk alongside their friend during this challenging time, providing emotional and tactical support. Get a BFF's Guide to Divorce now, for yourself or a friend. It's available from Amazon. To order, go to Amazon.com and search the keywords BFF and divorce under books.
AM 560, The Answer.
So the ACLU is knocking at the door of a Kenosha high school. They're upset with them. They had cheerleading awards. They had a big assembly. 150 people showed up. It was back in March, and they handed out awards. And the awards were for the String Bean Award, which is for the skinniest person on the cheerleading squad. They had the Big Booby Award and the Big Booty Award.
Who's this? Is this Poco Joe Harem who did this?
No, so apparently they think that this is demeaning to women, sexual harassment, gender discrimination, and body shaming. Apparently, when they handed out the Big Booby Award.
Are these people like tone deaf? Do they not know that there's a hashtag Me Too movement going on? You can't talk this way in public at a public school.
When they handed out the Big Booby Award, a coach was yelling out, "What a feat! She has enormous boobs, and we give her credit because she was able to still do the moves with her big boobs."
You're confusing this with the Poco Joe Marino party after the Gay Pride Parade.
When they handed out the Big Booty Award, oh, yeah. So, yeah. Heck yeah. Oh, ready? Baby got back. So the Baby got back award.
It's all about the treble, not the bass, not the bass. It's all about the treble, not the bass, not the bass.
When they
handed
handed
it's all
that
about
out,
the bass, not
one
the
of the
treble.
coaches yelled out, "We love her butt. Everybody loves her butt." They said that it was a joke, that it was in good,
No,
good fun, but
no.
The ACLU said that they have to discipline the cheerleading coaches and better protect the girls on the squad or risk litigation.
And one of those cheerleaders should drop a few pounds.
No,
apparently.
you stop it. Yeah. But we handed out awards at my high school.
Yeah, but that was in the 40s.
No, it was in the late 80s. I'll admit, fine. But we handed out best chest.
Yeah, that's when your
sexiest
yearbook had you in
legs,
blackface. It was the 80s. Come
biggest
on.
brown nose, most likely to succeed.
Like I said, blackface.
Most likely to have,
brown.
who's more likely to have the most children. And this is when you asked me what awards I won.
What awards did you win, Amy?
Well, I'm so glad that you asked.
It was not
I
a
was
rhetorical
very
question.
surprised. I won two, and I didn't win most likely to succeed.
One for each one, right?
I won sexiest legs,
Yep.
and I won biggest brown nose.
There you go. There you go.
And they don't have those awards anymore at John
Wait,
Hersey
you're an
High School.
investigative reporter. You're not a brown noser.
No, back then I was.
Really?
I guess so. I don't know.
You suck up to
Did
people
you
all the time?
I don't know. I didn't vote for myself for that.
All right.
I voted for April Maloney.
Sure. Well, everybody loved her.
Yeah, April Maloney's good looking. Let's go into the newsroom. Oh, coming up, we're going to get serious. There's chaos in Haiti, and Americans have been arrested. We're going to get the latest from our friends from Food for the Poor. But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
Skies are clear, 25 degrees at 7:31. We're following developments this morning in Bangladesh. A fire there in Dhaka has killed at least 81 in the oldest part of the capital city. Lapses in public safety are blamed, and the death toll from that deadly fire in Bangladesh may go up. Crews are battling a fire on Chicago's west side, mopping up after the fire broke out early this morning inside a metal plating company near Lake and Racine. Actor Jussie Smollett is under arrest for allegedly filing a false police report. Spokesperson for the Chicago Police Department tells AM 560 that Smollett is now in custody of detectives facing a felony disorderly conduct charge. In other news we're following, President Trump has indicated he doesn't think his second meeting with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un will be the last. Now, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo tells NBC's Today Show moments ago that he's optimistic about the upcoming summit.
We've been negotiating hard. I have a team on the ground in Vietnam even today, continuing to lay the groundwork for the summit next week in Hanoi. And I'm very hopeful. I'm hopeful Chairman Kim will fulfill the promises that he made in Singapore in June of last year.
The president plans to push Kim on denuclearization. A U.S. Coast Guard officer is accused of planning to carry out a large-scale domestic terror attack. FBI agents arrested Lieutenant Christopher Hassan last week, seizing weapons and ammunition at his home in Silver Springs, Maryland. Legal analyst Danny Savallos.
He's entitled to a detention hearing, and the government has to show by clear and convincing evidence that no condition will assure the safety of you and I and the rest of the community if he's allowed to remain out on bail.
Virginia Democrat Governor Ralph Northam will not be appearing at a historically black university today. Northam had wanted the appearance. He was planning to kick off a reconciliation tour at Virginia Union following the scandal involving a racist photo in his medical school yearbook. The student government had not wanted Northam to appear. R. Kelly is leaving his Chicago studio. His lawyers announcing the singer is vacating the near West Side studio because a judge ordered that building can only be accessed from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Kelly's attorney says that is taking away from the Grammy winner's creativity. Illinois' richest man is spending a lot of money on Bill Daley in the Chicago mayoral race. The hedge fund billionaire donating another $1 million to the Daley campaign this week. And a Republican in the Illinois General Assembly says all elected officials in the state should be required to wear body cameras while conducting government business. It's a proposal from Representative John Cabello of McChesney Park near Rockford, telling the Register-Star the intent of the bill he introduced is to reduce corruption at state and local levels. Blackhawks 5-4 winners over the Red Wings in Detroit in overtime. The news, a service of Accountemps. When you could use help closing your books and need additional staff, it's time to call Accountemps. They can provide you with bookkeepers and other accounting and finance professionals on a temporary or project basis, and fast. Call today, Accountemps, a Robert Half company. 7:34 and a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager has a message for liberals.
That liberals are so stupid as to not realize what Alan Dershowitz realizes, that the enemy of liberalism is the left. Your foolishness is jeopardizing the future of the greatest experiment in liberty in human history, the United States of America, because you don't understand the left is your enemy.
The Dennis Prager Show. Weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
We've all been there, looking for a parking spot when it's freezing and icy outside. The icy pavement of this pothole-filled parking lot is a nightmare. Oh, there's a spot. Wait, oh no, you're sliding. Watch out for that pothole. Your tire just blew out. The kids are crying and you're never coming back here again. Business owners and property managers, avoid frustrating your customers with a less than perfect parking lot. Pavement Solutions can offer you a safer and longer lasting pothole repair with permanent cold mix asphalt. It's an immediate solution, and 90% of potholes patched will never need to be repaired again. Call Pavement Solutions today and learn how they can fix your lot in a day without closing it. In fact, as customers drive over the patch, it gets stronger. Don't put your customers or your business at risk with annoying potholes. Give your customers the experience they deserve. Call Pavement Solutions for a free quote. 815-675-0696. 815-675-0696.
Do you want to learn how to get started making money flipping houses right here in Chicago? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll be introduced to our 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Than Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the Chicago area who want to learn how to get started making money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. Chicago is a perfect market for my system, and next week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where we'll share how to get started making money flipping houses and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Than's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also reserve a free copy of Than's Money for Deals guide. Just text your zip code to 82,000.
Check out Ground Game, the latest podcast from the Associated Press discussing the top political issues around the country. Available on Apple Podcasts.
It is 7:36. Check the roads in the AM 560 Traffic Center with Jim Telemonte.
A multi-alarm fire on Chicago's west side has Lake Street blocked between Ogden and Aberdeen. CTA Green Line service is suspended between Ashland and Clinton. Shuttles are available. Pink Line trains are rerouted to the Blue Line at Racine. Eden's inbound, 25 minutes Lake Cook Junction, outbound 26. Kennedy, 54 minutes O'Hare to downtown, 26 from Montrose, 23 of the Express. To Eisenhower's, 55 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound, it's 49. Crash blocking the ramp from northbound 83 to the outbound Ike. Stevenson, an hour, 355 to the drive. Ryan, 27 minutes, 95 to downtown. Reagan, Tollway heavy, Highland to the tri-state. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Partly sunny, 33 today, partly cloudy and cold, 18 overnight. 25 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
Welcome back to Chicago's Morning Answer. Amy Jacobson here. Bruce Wolf filling in for
Hi.
Dan Proft.
Thanks for having me here.
Hey, thanks for being here. You got to behave, man. No expletives, okay? Don't you know the 7 words that you can't say on the radio?
Pritzker, JB.
Spalding, fungible. Words with Wolf. We're going to turn to a serious subject, one that's near and dear to our hearts here on AM 560, The Answer, and that's the chaos going on in Haiti. There have been many uprises, protests, demonstrations on the streets, and it has become a humanitarian catastrophe. And with more on that, let's welcome to the program Angel Aloma. I traveled with him to Haiti. He works for Food for the Poor, and as we know, Food for the Poor is near and dear to our station's heart because we've raised tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars actually to help them, and they need help at this point in time. Good morning, Angel. How are you?
Good morning, Amy. Nice to hear your voice.
Yes. So tell us what's obviously you're not in Haiti right now. You're at your headquarters in Coconut Creek, Florida. But what is going on?
Well, it started out with protests because of rising prices of food, rising prices of gasoline. And once gasoline prices rise, everything rises because everything has to be transported. Now, you have to understand the context that this is a country where the majority of the population earns less than $2 a day, which is what the United Nations refers to as extreme poverty. So then between the protests, the political unrest, because they feel the president has stolen money from PetroCaribe, which is a fund they're now missing almost $3 billion from it. The people are pressing for him to resign. He refuses to resign. So there were more protests planned yesterday. We heard from the reporter for Haiti for the Miami Herald that yesterday morning they shot and killed a policeman and 2 other people, and it was supposed to be a quiet day. Basically, we have to understand that for Haiti, the normal Haiti is crisis. I mean, as I said, the majority of people earn less than $2 a day. There is about 85% unemployment and underemployment. Nature is very unkind to them. Every hurricane that goes by passes by them. The earthquakes. Then, about 7 years ago, Hurricane Jean, Tropical Storm Jean went by. It created mudslides that killed over 3,000 people. They have droughts. Then they have floods. And still, 1 of every 14 children die of malnutrition under normal conditions. So contaminated water is a big killer there also. And they've had about 200 years of bad politics. So it's a place that any additional burden like this now, the whole of Haiti closed down. All the stores closed, so there was no food. They were running short of clean water. The general hospital closed down because of the violence. So the hospitals that we support, besides the general hospital, were overcrowded. It created a huge, huge crisis that we are trying to help.
Well, how is Food for the Poor helped? I mean, I know you organize a fleet of 20 trucks.
Last Saturday, we were able to go out and distribute food. and water bottles, clean water for drinking. But we had to do it under heavy police escort because it's still a risk. But, we just couldn't have the warehouse with food and think that people were starving and children were starving and not do something about it. We have already a few containers more on the way there. We have some that are on the wharf that just need to be cleared. But this is going to be a long-term situation, unfortunately. It hasn't been picked up by the news a lot here, which I'm not sure why, because my cousin who lives in Chile said that it's all over the news, and people who live in other countries, even my family in Cuba, have gotten this in the news. So I'm not sure why it's not being very public here, but it truly has created a problem that our doctors in Haiti feel that there is going to be a typhoid and cholera epidemic like we have never seen before.
Unbelievable. You mentioned people earn $2 a day, and I'm just reading on this website, the gasoline cost, which you alluded to, is almost $4 a gallon, right? Am I right about that? So
that is correct.
So how do you live? You don't.
That is precisely it. Like, the people in Haiti have been accustomed to crisis, so they have developed a tremendous resilience. But, when the normal is one of 14 children dying before the age of 5 from starvation, it breaks your heart. I mean, we can't just sit here and think, oh, we'll pray for you. We have to do something for them.
Well, how can we help? Where can people donate money?
Well, we have a phone number, 844-862-4673. That's 844-862-4673, and there'll be people there. I'm willing to take the calls, to take donations. They can go on our website, foodforthepoor.org, and they'll find places there where they can donate to this particular crisis.
Now, how is the headquarters? I was with you at the Food for the Poor headquarters in Port-au-Prince. I mean, is that place under siege? I can't imagine.
Actually, we have the protection of the police because they know the work that we do, and we also have private security, but we have had to close early on many days and send the people home because the later it gets, the worse it gets. And we have also had to close a few days there where we could not open because the protests, they were burning tires in the street. They were being violent with each other. Unfortunately, there are so many political factions in Haiti, and many of them control gangs, and they arm them, and then afterwards they can't control them, and it gets really ugly there. So we are praying that there'll be peace enough in the country that we can continue our distributions to help. But we have to keep sending down because the country is really going through. They have compared this to the crisis after the 2010 earthquake, and that killed 250,000 people approximately. So this is going to be a while because the situation has not changed. What they're demanding, which is the resignation of the president, he's refusing to resign, even though he and 15 others in the government have been accused of stealing the money from Petrocaribe. Petrocaribe is a fund that Venezuela made for them in giving them oil for free, and they would pay back only a small amount of it, and the rest was supposed to go for the improvement of the country. It is supposed to go for programs, it's supposed to go for the building of roads, for the building of sewage, and other great needs of Haiti. And all of a sudden, they have found that the money is missing and nothing is being done.
Wow. So we understand. Now I'm getting a clearer picture of why they're protesting. And I mean, they do need, some infrastructure because those roads are just the worst I've ever seen in the world. And there's garbage everywhere. There's no system. It's chaos. And we have to pray for these people. And you've done such great work. And I have one question before we let you go. There's
Sure.
reports this morning that 5 Americans were arrested, but they're saying that they were security guards. Do you know anything about that?
There have been so many theories about those 5 Americans, that they were paid terrorists, that they were security guards, that they were mercenary soldiers. We really haven't heard what the truth of the situation is. I can't imagine, quite frankly, because 5 Americans in Haiti would be very visible and very easy to spot.
Oh, yeah.
So it's difficult to figure out a reason or what they would be doing exactly.
All right. Well, Angel Aloma from Food for the Poor, thank you so much for joining us. Again, if you want to donate to help out, please go to foodforthepoor.org or call this number, 844-862-4673. Again, that's 844-862-4673. Angel, thank you again for joining us, and you have our
Amy,
prayers.
let us know when you're ready to do another trip when things calm down.
Okay, will do. Thank you, Angel Aloma.
Bye-bye.
And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
The stories you need to know to start your day. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
The most popular days to get engaged are Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day. And guys, finding the perfect wedding venue can be harder to figure out than the color and quality of the perfect diamond. With love in the air, Avante Banquets is here to help you plan the wedding of your dreams for the party of a lifetime at a price right for you. Avante Banquets is part of the family-owned Chicago Prime Restaurants, with a picturesque location opened just last year near Barrington, providing fine American dining and a timeless experience. Avante is an exceptional space for your wedding or corporate events and fundraisers, for an intimate gathering or parties of 500 or more. The calendar is filling up, so secure your date today at AvanteBanquets.com. That's AVANTE Banquets.com, with wedding packages starting at just $39 a person. Experience exceptional hospitality with the Calcunos family at Avante Banquets, because classic never goes out of style. AvanteBanquets.com. AvanteBanquets.com.
Hi, this is Amy Jacobson, and you'll have to wait until spring to get the outside of your house painted, but winter, perfect opportunity to get your interior painted. You know, people walk into my kitchen and ask, Amy, did you get new cabinets? No, I save myself thousands of dollars by simply having them painted by the experts at CertaPro Painters. So cross the first project off your 2019 to-do list. CertaPro Painters will ensure a beautiful transformation of your home. And if you want some help with colors, they've got you covered. In-home with a color consultation or online with their color visualizer. Don't put it off. Time to hire CertaPro Painters, your residential and commercial painting experts. You can schedule a free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C, or call 1-800-GO-CERTA. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Get a free estimate at CertaPro.com or call 1-800-GO-CERTA. CertaPro Painters, we do painting, you do life.
Policies issued by American General Life Insurance Company, Houston, Texas. Not available in all states. For details, visit AIGdirect.com.
If you're young and healthy, you don't need life insurance, right? Yeah, that's what I used to think too, until my brother died at 38. Joe left his wife with 2 kids, a mortgage, and a stack of bills she couldn't pay. Mary had to sell the house and move everybody into this tiny 2-bedroom apartment just to make ends meet. I never want to do that to my wife, so I got life insurance. I called AIG Direct and was really surprised how affordable it is. Just $14 a month for $250,000 of term life coverage. Listen, if you have a family, you should seriously think about getting life insurance. You'll feel a lot better having it, trust me.
Call AIG Direct for a free, no-obligation quote. The call takes less than 5 minutes, and you could save up to 70%. Call now, 1-800-600-9519. That's 1-800-600-9519. 1-800-600-9519.
Let's face it, everyone loves to shop. From my experience of meeting a famous politician in the Hermes store in Paris,
to my unforgettable experience test driving my first 600 horsepower car, in which I said, I'll take it, before it even hit 60 miles an hour.
we're pretty sure everyone has at least one unforgettable shopping experience. Hello, we are Carrie and
Ken,
founders of Income Store. Have you ever considered shopping for your next income? And we don't mean your next job. Did you know that you can walk into Income Store's website through a door on the left or a door on the right?
if you're just starting out or you simply have more time than money, you're going to enter our website on the left. If you've got more money than time, then definitely the right door is for you.
If you're looking to increase revenue in your home or business and would like to create a brand new, greatest shopping memory, all you have to do is change where you shop. Check out one of the 2 doors at IncomeStore.com.
That's IncomeStore.com.
Balance of Nature's fruit and veggie capsules contain 100% fine-ripened fruits and vegetables, tested pure with no pesticides, fillers, or additives of any kind, and are the most effective whole food supplements on the market today. You might ask, how can over 10 servings of 31 different fruits and vegetables fit into 6 vegetarian capsules? Fruits and vegetables are on an average 85% water. Balance of Nature uses cold vacuum technology to remove the water, leaving only the whole food. We don't use any heat, air, or light drying methods that damage nutrients. Our cold vacuum technology maintains 99% of the fresh fruits and vegetables' original nutritional value. Along with diet and exercise, Mother Nature provides fruits and vegetables to help us maintain good health.
To order, go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751 and use discount code CHICAGO.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At Ace, save on everything you need to take care of your home. Get your coupon at acehardware.com and save 25% on a regular priced item under $50. That's right, 25% off on the product of your choice. And only Ace has the brands you love and the advice you trust. So hurry in and get your 25% savings only at your neighborhood Ace, the helpful place. Offer valid with coupon at participating stores through February 28th. Limit 1. Exclusions apply. See coupon.
Looking for ways to save with your Medicare plan? Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy with many plans nationwide, which could mean lower copays for you. So bring your prescriptions to a Walgreens pharmacy today to start saving. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Walgreens participates as a preferred network pharmacy with United Healthcare, Cigna HealthSpring, and Express Scripts Medicare. For a complete list of available plans, please contact 1-800-MEDICARE. TTY users should call 1-877-486-2048. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or consult www.medicare.gov. Other pharmacies are available in our network.
AM 560, The Answer.
You know, I can't think who's having a worse day. R. Kelly, who had to move out of his studio yesterday, or Jussie Smollett. I mean, they both have grand juries convening in Cook County.
Is it the same grand jury that does everything? You know,
No,
does it
but
have
they
a
always
docket?
have a grand jury convened at Cook County. I mean, the people that I testified before that grand jury, in the morning, they were doing the Drew Peterson case, and then in the afternoon, they were doing the Craig Stebbett case, which I think they should have had two separate grand juries, because that grand jurors were asking me questions about Blue Barrels, and I said, I think that's your morning case.
Are you
That's
serious?
Not mine.
They were
I swear.
confused as to which case?
Well, some people were falling asleep. These grand juries, it's...
Wait, who?
I'll put it in my book, chapter 3.
Who in the grand jury fell asleep? So you were wearing a bikini top inside an attempted murderer's house.
No,
Why
that's
they didn't care about that? They didn't care about it. It had
no, I
nothing
didn't
to
ask
do.
that
It wasn't
question.
relevant.
That was
but-
not the line of questioning.
Yeah,
It
but
was
Channel
different.
2 ran with this, right?
Whatever.
Thanks.
All right,
Thank
5
you, Channel
days
2.
until Chicago voters decide who will be our next mayor. And Lori Lightfoot, she got some key endorsements yesterday. You want to know who's endorsing her? Do you there, Brucey Bruce?
Let's see. I'm going to say the Lerner newspapers.
No.
Okay. Pioneer papers.
No. Okay. Well, the Sun-Times has endorsed her.
Yeah, same
She's progressive alderman Dick Simpson and former Cook County Clerk David Orr.
So
It's really going to come down to turnout. I mean, we've heard and seen polls that are very favorably inclined towards our candidacy overall, and particularly in the lakefront wards.
How about Martin Oberman, the late John Holan? I mean, you're talking about former politicians, people who are out of the loop right now. Fred Rohde.
Yesterday, Lightfoot tried, she always distanced herself from the Burke Four, Tony Preckwinkle, Daley, Mendoza, and Gary Chico, but she made an unusual move. She teamed up with Mendoza yesterday to slam Preckwinkle for this campaign rally. Did you hear about this?
I love these tag
It's a campaign
team matches.
rally with female supporters. It was called Be Fair to Tony. Be Fair to Tony, yeah.
Tony Preckwinkle only tells the truth when she's caught.
Preckwinkle is a dope. Not that lesson, this lesson. Little Rocky and Bullwinkle reference.
Bob Fioretti used his time. He also had a press conference yesterday at City Hall, because that's where everybody goes. He talked again about Bill Daley and that parking meter scandal.
There are solid constitutional issues surrounding the sale of the parking meters that have not been decided in a court of law.
Now, you know that I have endorsed Bill Daley. I said this yesterday. Based on a Fran Spielman article in which he chronicled all the union support. It's split, but it's divvied up among the rest of the candidates. Bill Daley is essentially the anti-union candidate. So that's why I'm for him.
Why do you say that? Because
the unions are very upset with him, and he wants to do
upset with
something
him.
about the
Plumbers
pensions.
Union. They gave him a huge endorsement. That's why he missed that Fox 32 debate.
There's a difference between the
Oh,
plumbers
what?
union and the government unions, and I don't believe in government unions. And we talked to that Enya.
Her name is.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You're having the same problem that I had for a long time.
Yeah.
Her name is Amara Enya.
Yeah, she's very well spoken.
She is.
But when I put the question to her, are you in favor of school choice? No, not really. So forget her. No, Bill Daley is, unfortunately, and I know that he makes a lot of money through corruption or not illegalities, but corruption. I know all about that, and it continues the dynasty, the Daley dynasty. But I think he's probably the best of the bad lot right now.
Well, I'm going for Paul Vallis. Did I mention Paul Vallis?
Yes.
You've made the switch, and it feels so good. You switched to Chicago's Morning Answer. AM 560, The Answer. AM 560, The Answer.
They've dramatically increased.
They've
dramatically increased our deficits. Republicans have.
The Joe Walsh Show.
I'll tell you what, now that they're back in the minority, these Republicans, I'll tell you what, I am going to punch in the face. I'm going to punch in the face any Republican now that they're in the minority that complains about the debt and the deficits now.
The Joe Walsh Show. Afternoons at 5, right before Larry Elder at 7 on AM 560. The Answer.
Even in my own home, I had my own designated space to smoke. If I think about it, it really was like I was punishing myself. A friend of mine said, why wouldn't you just try the Juul? And so I went out and I bought one. The idea of going back to smoking, I couldn't even imagine doing that. I don't think anyone, including myself, thought that I could switch.
Carolyn made the switch October 2016. Make the switch at JUUL.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
What happened? You used to go hours without visiting the bathroom. Now it seems like you're constantly getting up to pee. Listen, the makers of Super Beta Prostate are introducing a new wonder pill, Super Beta Prostate P3 Advanced, with 3 key ingredients that are great for your prostate. To celebrate, your first 30-day supply is free. Pay shipping and handling. Get P3 Advanced free. Call 1-800-257-5251. 1-800-257-5251. 1-800-257-5251.
AM 560, The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, it's ready. The Department of Justice preparing for Mueller's report as early as next week. We'll talk to Jenna Ellis with that. And then later, why we should all embrace and really appreciate tennis great Martina Navratilova. And I probably butchered her name. How do you pronounce her last name?
Ivan Gulagang. That's how you pronounce
Navratilova.
Yeah, what he said. And that's Mike Scott as we join him right now in the newsroom. Hi, Mike.
Amy and Bruce, good morning. Jesse Smollett charged with filing a false police report. The judge denies a request to reopen Sterigenics in Willowbrook. And the Bears expected to release Deion Sims. WIND Chicago News Time is 8.
Chicago police believe he was acting. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Jesse Smollett has turned himself in, now facing charges he staged the hate crime attack the actor claimed he was the victim of last month. Fox's Jeff Manasso live in Chicago.
Dave, Jesse Smollett, he's in police custody and awaits a bond hearing here in Cook County on a felony disorderly conduct charge, accused of making a false police report when the black gay actor said he was attacked last month by 2 men who he claimed said, "This is MAGA country," and hurled racist and anti-gay slurs, then put a noose around his neck. The charges after 2 friends of Smollett testified before a grand jury that he paid them to do it. His attorneys have said that they intend to mount a vigorous defense, though if found guilty, he faces investigation costs and up to 3 years in prison. Dave.
Jeff, Christopher Hassan will be in court in Maryland today. A Coast Guard lieutenant accused of being a domestic terrorist with a lot of guns and ammo and a hit list of Democratic politicians and cable TV hosts. There's a summit on child sex abuse by priests at the Vatican. Cardinal Luis Tegel admits they've hurt their own church with
our lack of response to the suffering of victims, even to the point of rejecting them and covering up the scandal to protect perpetrators and the institution.
Secretary of State Pompeo reiterates to Fox this morning a woman who left the U.S. and became an ISIS fighter's bride, Hoda Mutana, is no longer an American and has no right to return with her 1-year-old son.
That's a woman who inflicted enormous risk on American soldiers, on American citizens. She's a terrorist. She's not coming back.
Mutana's attorney argues she was wrongfully stripped of her citizenship. Some kids remain hospitalized in suburban New York City the day after their mother was run over and killed outside a 7-Eleven in Rockland County. Police say a man intentionally drove into the family of 8 after an argument over smoking. Police tasered, then arrested the driver, who's now charged with murder. This is Fox News.
Sunshine, 25 degrees, 8:02 is our time on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning. I'm Mike Scott. Crews are mopping up after a fierce morning blaze at a factory on Chicago's west side near Lake and Racine. Actor Jussie Smollett is under arrest for allegedly filing a false police report. It's a story you've heard Bruce and Amy talk about with you this morning here on AM 560. Chicago Police Department says Smollett is now in the custody of detectives, charged with felony disorderly conduct. Meantime, the lawyer for two brothers linked with Smollett is calling for the Empire actor to simply tell the truth. Gloria Schmidt made the request yesterday.
I think Jussie Smollett should come clear because the truth will set him free.
Investigators have been looking into whether Smollett paid the two brothers to stage the attack on him. Several suburban officials are alerting businesses to consider emergency plans for active shooters after last week's deadly shooting in Aurora. Libertyville Police and Mundelein Police are informing area businesses to have a strategy and prepare their employees for a workplace incident. A federal judge is denying an emergency motion to reopen a medical sterilization plant in Willowbrook. Sterigenics had requested that temporary restraining order that would have allowed them to reopen their facility. Attorneys for Sterigenics argued the shutdown is causing a crisis in the industry. Patrick Kane scores in OT. Blackhawks 5-4 winners over the Red Wings in Detroit. Alex DeBrincat, another goal in his hometown, and the Hawks at 61 points, moving into a tie with the Avalanche for the final wild card spot in the West. In fact, the Hawks will host Colorado tomorrow. It's 8:03, time for the AM 560 Business Beat, and from the Fox Business Network, here is Jenny Casola.
From the Fox Business Network, Wall Street will be looking at a new round of earnings news this morning. There are upbeat numbers from Jack in the Box, rental car company Avis, food company Hormel, and Applebee's and IHOP parent company Dine Brands. Also, Reuters is reporting progress in trade talks between the U.S. and China. Apple is about to team up with Goldman Sachs to make a credit card paired with your iPhone. The Wall Street Journal says the new card will offer you cash back of about 2% on most purchases and possibly more on Apple products. The card will be rolled out to employees for testing in the next few weeks. It's expected to also offer you new iPhone features that will help you manage your money, setting spending goals, tracking your rewards, and managing your balance. The Apple Pay card will use MasterCard's payment network. With the Fox Business Report, I'm Jenny Cosola.
It's 8:05, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Winter stinks. Snow, ice, freezing temperatures, more snow. Escape Chicago and join Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson in Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. You'll stay at the Marvel Residences Luxury Resort in Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. It's a beautiful, all-inclusive resort located between Rainforest Mountains and the Pacific Ocean. Don't wait to book your Passport to Paradise trip with AM 560 and Apple Vacations. Visit 560theanswer.com/passport. That's 560theanswer.com/passport.
The auto show is here, and that means the lowest prices of the year at Joe Cotton Ford. Saving you money, real money. Thousands of dollars is what we're about, and our auto show specials will prove that to you. Like these. New 2018 Ford Focus SE, save $71.21, now just $13,999. Or the all-new 2019 Escape SE, save $6,000, just $21,495. Brand new 2018 EcoSport SE, save $5,000, just $18,995. Or get 0% for 72 months. And check out the all-new 2019 Ranger. It's a beauty, in stock at great prices. Come see why we're Chicagoland's best Ford buying experience. It's our promise to you. We'll treat you great and save you money. From 3 generations of our family to yours, you have our word on it. At Gary and North Avenue in Carroll Stream, or at joecottonford.com.
Stock number is 5043, T9063, T8575. Through 2/28/19, all prices plus tax, title, license, and dock fees. With approved credit, see dealer for details.
8:06, and a check on the roads in the AM 560 Traffic Center with Jim Talamonte.
Lake Street remains closed on Chicago's west side between Ogden and Aberdeen due to a multi-alarm fire. This has disrupted Green Line service between Ashland and Clinton. Pink Lawn, reroutes to the Blue Line at Racine. Eden's 23 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose. Kennedy delays start at Harlem. It's an hour and 8 minutes, O'Hare to downtown. 44 minutes from Montrose, 39 on the Express. The Eisenhower, an hour and 14 minutes, 390 to the Circle. 57 minutes from Manheim. Stevenson running an hour and 6 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Ryan, 32 minutes, 95 to downtown. I-57, 26 minutes, I-80 to the Merge. Bishop, 443. Tollways have milder delays. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte. On AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next, and your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center and our meteorologist, Steve Williams.
Times of clouds and sun today, high 33. Clear to partly cloudy, cold tonight, and a low of 18. Mostly sunny tomorrow, high 37. Cloudy with occasional rain on Saturday, and a high 42. I'm Steve Williams on AM 560, The Answer.
Currently clear skies, 25 at O'Hare. Next news at 8:30, and Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by AM Woodland Outdoor Design, now accepting maintenance clients. amwoodland.com.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Ding, 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 ding. Oh, I was trying to beat you to it. Oh, Amy Jacobson here, Bruce Wolf in for Dan Proft. You've been here for quite an exciting week. I hope you've catched up on all 4 seasons of Empire now, because they're filming the 5th Empire, season 5, I should say, right now. And Jussie Smollett was supposed to show up today and tomorrow for scenes.
Well,
but I don't think that he's going to be there today.
No.
After he bonds out?
Yeah, at 1:45.
Yeah, sure. But there's other big news, don't you know? The Department of Justice, we've been told, is going to prepare themselves for the Mueller report as early as next week. And William Barr, the new Attorney General, is going to decide. He'll send a confidential summary to Congress. And remember, he said this during his confirmation hearings last month.
I am going to try to get the information out there consistent with these regulations. And to the extent I have discretion, I will exercise that discretion to do that.
With more on this, let's welcome to the program Jenna Ellis. She is the constitutional law attorney, former prosecutor, contributor to CNN, Washington Examiner, and the Federalist. Wow, you have a long resume. Good morning, Jenna, and thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
So how much do you think that we will be released to the public in regards to this Mueller report?
Well, I think that initially it'll be heavily redacted, and but really the public should see the full thing, because then there won't be any spin on it. People can read it for themselves. Of course, the media will dissect it to pieces, and depending on which outlet you hear opinion from will depend on what everyone's take is. But I think that the full thing should be released, and the American public deserves transparency from a government that has now gone 2 years wondering exactly what Mueller is doing.
Now, McCabe is on this book tour, so already you have to throw some shade on whatever he says, because he's trying to hype a book. But he initially comes on one show, was it 60 Minutes, and says, it gives the indication that Rod Rosenstein was really seriously considering using the 25th Amendment to oust President Trump. Kind of seemed like he walked it back and said, we were spitballing with a whole bunch of things. And so, it doesn't seem like it's amounting to all that much about the 25th Amendment thing, does it?
Well, not as far as Rosenstein is concerned, and I think we dealt with that back in September when the New York Times released that report, and he was questioned at that point. But not only is McCabe on a book tour and obviously just trying to promote himself, but he's also a proven liar. He's lied at least 4 times, 3 in front of Congress under oath, and so anything that he says, of course, is not only self-promoting, but we simply can't trust. And so in terms of whether or not anything that he says is going to amount to anything, I don't think that either side, Republican or Democrat or Trump supporter or not, can take anything that he says with any amount of truth to it whatsoever.
All right. You're a constitutional law attorney, so you're an expert. We've got this case. Nicholas Sandmann, the kid with the MAGA hat, is suing the Washington Post for a mere $250 million. And my question to you is, do you think that this lawsuit can actually go anywhere? And specifically, can we treat Nicholas Sandmann, I know he's a kid, can we treat him as a public figure so that the standard is a little bit higher and it's a little bit more difficult to make out the libel case against the Washington Post?
That's a great question. And I don't think that, especially as a minor and given the entire context of how he became a public figure, if he's become one, that would have been only because of the defamation of the Washington Post and how the media failed to do any kind of due diligence.
May I interrupt you? Can I act
So,
like an appellate court and just interrupt you? Because it's fun.
It's called the Bruce Special.
It's fun for me to do. And you're accustomed to this, making legal arguments. How about the fact that, no, he's in this public mall? I mean, it's Washington. That's where people try to get attention to their causes. He was there.
Well, he was in front of the Lincoln Memorial waiting for a bus.
He's in front of a Lincoln Memorial. He's wearing the MAGA hat. And we can say that it was horrible that that people jumped to conclusions because of the MAGA hat, but he's wearing it to make some kind of political speech. That's what you're doing, which is fine. But it's also fair that then he's thrust himself into the public limelight. Don't you think that would qualify as a public figure?
Not at all. He's in a public forum, and just simply wearing a hat to try to bring attention to himself, if that was what he was doing when he was participating in this rally. But simply being in a public forum and exercising your First Amendment protected right to freedom of speech does not automatically make you a public figure.
It doesn't automatically,
right?
but it
So
could. And don't you think the law should evolve, considering we now live in this social media age and everybody is a journalist practically because we all have iPhones and we're all constantly reporting and tweeting and taking pictures of things. So maybe we need to be a little more flexible in our definition. And then Clarence Thomas the other day.
Not at all.
Okay, I'll
take a
I'll
deep
take
breath.
that.
Take a deep breath.
Right.
Not at all. Because
Before you change subjects.
there's still other media outlets that they have a journalistic standard, and just because someone has access to a social media platform and people can take pictures in public, well, we've been able to do that since cameras were invented,
but
and we have the standard
changed.
of being able to be in a public forum.
But this is not like the Tornillo decision where somebody said you have to be rich enough to own a media entity and everybody should have access and the right to reply. We're living in a different era, but that's an interesting discussion.
Yeah, but we're not talking about someone posting something on Facebook. We're talking about the Washington Post specifically not doing their due diligence, failing to investigate the situation, and really, I think that they acted recklessly with reckless disregard for the truth or falsity of their statement. Which is
wait a minute. That's another
false
question.
Statement under defamation.
No, the question would be the initial videotapes came out, and then they reacted to it. That might have been negligent, but probably wouldn't be reckless. Let me ask you this, though. Clarence Thomas, in an opinion, I guess it was a dissenting opinion on a libel case a couple of days ago, suggested that we throw back the First Amendment to the states. And aren't you a little bit fearful that we'd start throwing the Bill of Rights back to the states? Because if you throw the First Amendment back to the states, you could throw the Second Amendment back to the states, too, and pretty soon you could have New York confiscating your guns. Am I correct about that, Counselor?
Well, and thank you for the question, Your Honor. But we have to understand the Bill of Rights in context, and both the states and the federal government have an obligation to protect all of our pre-political rights. Our rights don't come from the Bill of Rights, whether or not it's the federal government or the state government that is enforcing them or seeking to infringe upon them. It's actually a redundancy protection. The government, whether the state or the federal level, is only vested with specific limited powers for the legitimate purpose of protecting our rights.
No, and I have to interrupt you because of time and because this is a very unfair appellate court, and you've been wonderful. Thank you for your patience with me. But the problem is, as you well know, the original Bill of Rights does not apply to the states. It was only until a later decision that the 14th Amendment incorporated the Bill of Rights and gave us these federal protections. The First Amendment says that Congress shall not abridge freedom of speech. Theoretically, any state could do that, but we want that protection, and we want the protection for the Second Amendment as well. And isn't Clarence Thomas opening up a can of worms for the Bill of Rights if he throws the First Amendment back to these states?
Well, and that's a good question. But again, we have to remember that, while you're correct that it says Congress shall make no law, and there are different elements to the states, and it depends on the state constitution, we still have to remember what the Bill of Rights is in context. And we also have to remember the legitimate role of government, and that only the specific limited powers that are given to the federal and the state government, and also, by the way, to the people. We always forget the people do have some power in terms of self-governance. But our rights are always supposed to be protected by a legitimate government, and so I think that we're opening up a can of worms when we fail to recognize.
You know what? I wanted to ask you one more question before we let you go and get on with your busy day.
Thank you, Counselor. Thank you.
Back to Andrew McCabe. Does he lose credibility when he says things that Trump's a possible Russian asset? I mean, I know that he's out there trying to hawk his books, but is this? Do you agree with?
He's just a ridiculous clown at this point. I mean, he would say anything, I think, in order to sell more books. And, the fact that we can't trust anything that he says, he's just making commentary at this point that I don't think anyone should take seriously.
Well, the problem is that we're investigating Trump because he fired Comey, and so he might be under the control of Putin. But a lot of people wanted Comey to be fired. Rod Rosenstein should be investigated because he might be under the direction and control of Putin, because he recommended. The Democrats recommended that Comey be fired. So I don't know that this should have triggered this.
Investigating the Democrats?
Yeah,
right, exactly. All right, we're going to leave it there. Jenna Ellis, appreciate your time. You're a constitutional law attorney and former president and contributor to CNN and the Washington Examiner and the Federalist. You have a very long resume. Thanks, Jenna. She joined us on
Thank you. Good morning.
She joined us on our turnkey answer line.
You've made the switch, and it feels so good. You switched to Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
The following is a paid political announcement.
I'm Dr. Willie Wilson. The working class is the backbone of our society. Because of sky-high taxes, Chicago working class is being forced to run for the hills for cities that are more open and tax-friendly. The laws should apply to everyone, not just a few. I propose that politicians who pass insane tax laws give up a portion of their own paycheck as a penalty.
Paid for by Willie Wilson for mayor.
Hey guys, Amy Jacobson here, and I'm excited to tell you about a deal on the already modestly priced MyPillow Giza Dream bed sheets. They use the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in the region between the Sahara Desert, Mediterranean, and Nile River. Ooh. It's ultra soft, breathable, and extremely durable. It includes full 21-inch wide pillowcases that fit any pillow and deep pocket sheets that fit any mattress. And once you sleep on them, you won't want to sleep on anything else. Trust me, I know, because I have a pair, and Peyton, my son, received his Giza cotton sheets from MyPillow just yesterday. They are the real deal that look good and feel great, which means a better night's sleep. And it's so much cheaper than buying those Egyptian cotton sheets that could cost close to $1,000. Go to MyPillow.com, get those Giza Dream sheets, and when you check out, type in the promo code Amy, and you're automatically going to get 30% off your order plus free shipping. It's the best deal ever. MyPillow.com, promo code Amy, or simply call 800-489-0201. That's 800-489-0201, and tell them Amy sent you.
The quivers, the shivers, goosebumps. That's what our customers say before 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning repairs their furnace. Call us. We'll fix it right, stand by our work, and give you our straightforward pricing, which means no hourly charges. How's that for goosebumps? Right now, get big savings on any heating repair. Call 855-1-HOUR.
Your comfort is just a call away. Call 1 Hour.
Terms and conditions may apply. Call for details. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
I got my bottle of Balance of Nature. Oh, yeah. I went to their website, balanceofnature.com. And again, I typed Chicago in the promo code for 35% off my first order of fruits and veggies for Balance of Nature. You know, it's we're in the thick of it, the cold and flu season here in Chicago, and everyone's sniffling and sneezing and coughing. I'm around kids a lot, and I want to avoid getting sick. So I know that I have to boost my immune system. And a great way to do that is with the fruits and veggies from Balance of Nature. We're all busy, and it's hard to get enough fruits and veggies. And that's where Balance of Nature comes in. 10 servings of 31 fruits and veggies in a capsule to boost your immune system all winter long. Folks, the testimonials are real. I've met Dr. Douglas Howard and his wife and son. Dr. Howard is the founder and creator of Balance of Nature, and he showed me the emails. We played the voicemails of real people who use Balance of Nature to get healthier and stay healthy. That should be you. So don't wait another day. Try it now before you get sick. And again, 35% off your order by using the promo code Chicago when you go to balanceofnature.com or simply call 800-246-8751. That's 800-246-8751.
Famous conservative quotes presented by Automated Systems.
President Theodore Roosevelt wisely said, "A vote is like a rifle. Its usefulness depends on the character of the user."
For FDA-regulated staffing needs, Automated Systems provides top talent, including experienced quality control and assurance engineers, plus validation and compliance experts. Hiring the best is critical to success. ASI resources are all degreed professionals with decades of experience in manufacturing, automation, and FDA compliance. That's why ASI is retained by all of Chicagoland's Fortune 500 life science companies to successful startups. For a staffing evaluation, call Laz at 844-HIRE-ASI or visit hireasi.com. That's 844-HIRE-ASI or online at hireasi.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Nobody likes whistling in a microphone, I heard. There it
Really?
is. Who sings this song?
The Seven Dwarfs?
Peter, Joe, and John. I think. I don't know.
I thought I detected...
Jordan and John, whatever.
I thought I detected Sleepy, Sneezy, and Dopey whistling while they worked.
You know, do you like tennis? Do you watch women's tennis?
Of course.
Do you like the grunting or the short skirts?
Did you
Bruce?
know that Monica Seles is an anagram for camel noises? Did you know that? Oh, that was out.
It's on the line.
Yeah.
But Martina Navratilova.
It's close enough.
Did I get it right?
Hey, she hasn't won a Grand Slam tournament in 25
Well,
years.
she's retired, but she, she was a phenom in the 1980s, and I love her because she says it like it is. An LGBTQ LMNOP group is cutting ties with her after the tennis star's controversial comments about transgender athletes. I don't think it's controversial because I think it's the truth. I don't know if you read it. It's a column for a British newspaper. She argued that transgender women should not compete in women's sports, calling it cheating, and also going as far as saying that it's insane. And now the group, Athlete Alley, is removing her from its advisory
Let
board.
me get this straight. Martina Navratilova is saying, is that how you pronounce her name?
Yes.
So is saying, this is a woman who's been championed by women for a couple of generations now, and she's a woman, she's a lesbian, and now even she's persona non grata. I love intersectionality.
Well,
I love it. The left eats their own.
It is cheating. You had that
really?
weightlifter, this guy, I think his name was Charlie, and then he changed to Cassie, and won Minnesota State weightlifting competition.
We have
for the bench press.
Wrestling state champs, are
Yeah. And it's
guys
not fair
turning
because
into
she made the
girls.
point that they can go back to being men.
Now,
They
here's
can
the-
say that they feel like women, compete in women's sports, win, take all the money, take all the glory, and then change back to being
Of
a
course,
man.
people always suspected that Martina was
Oh.
born
Oh.
with maybe, I don't know, a certain amount of testosterone that normal women don't have.
This
I don't know.
Group is calling her comments transphobic, accusing the former tennis champion of perpetuating dangerous myths based on a false understanding of science and data. Blah, blah, blah. It's not a false understanding. I mean,
See, the
it's just not
consequences-
fair.
The consequences, of course, are it's going to be the elimination of women's sports.
Exactly.
which I have always been in favor of.
So what's your favorite women's sport? 312-642-5600. Anybody change
Mud
their
wrestling,
minds about
I
marine?
think that it was.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, do you watch the WNBA? Mike Scott's a big fan of the WNBA.
Yeah, that's somebody trying to dunk in the WNBA
Tennis?
right now.
I like tennis. Serena Williams is tough.
I like ice skating.
Okay.
Katharina
it's
Witt.
called figure skating.
I liked.
It's called
no,
women's figure skating. What about gymnastics? Because if
Gymnastics?
transgenders start getting into women's gymnastics,
Mary Lou
goodbye.
Retton. How does Mary Lou Retton look today?
She looks good.
Has she grown?
Yeah, she's much taller.
She's like
yeah.
4'4" now.
Yeah, she's really
They're
tall.
diminutive people, those gymnasts.
They are,
aren't
but I'm
they?
saying,
Well, you got
can
to
you
fit on a balance beam.
Imagine if a transgender, joined a women's gymnastics team,
I'm looking forward to that day.
cycling team. They've already won the Tour de Tucson, and that person who won the Tour de Tucson already back to being a man. See, it's convenient for them to say they feel like a woman, then they go into our sporting events, win the grand prizes, get all the glory, and then can transfer back.
The rule should only be able to do 2 transfers back.
No,
That's
the
it.
rule is if you're going to go all in,
It's got to be permanent.
You've got to have the surgery so that you're not transgender, you're transsexual. See the difference?
That
'Cause then you
discriminates
can't
against the
go back.
transgenders.
Well, too bad.
So you're transphobic.
I'm not transphobic. I'm a realist, and I know because I
That's
played
what they
sports
all say.
and I
That's
coach
what all
now.
the bigots say. That's what
I'm not
John
being a
Wayne said
bigot.
when he was in favor of white supremacy until blacks got educated. Why don't you just go back to the 1970s while you're at it?
Yeah, what was that John Wayne story?
It was just he had an interview in 1971 and
Yeah.
said something to the effect of he believed in white supremacy until blacks were educated. Something like that.
It's like something that you just told me.
Well, apparently you
No,
have to be
that's-
told a couple of times. I had to tell male
why did
Amy
they-
and female Amy.
Why did they bring that up again? Why are we relitigating that from
because
1971?
We're trying to cleanse ourselves. We're trying to virtue signal so much that we're trying to purge ourselves of our inglorious past. And so let's get rid of John Wayne, Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, Barack Obama, who was against gay marriage when he ran for president the first time.
So was Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. Oh,
They've changed their mind because then they went from against it to it's okay to have civil unions to now it's okay to have same-sex.
There was only one presidential candidate in the history of the presidency who was in favor of gay marriage the first time he ran for president as the party's nominee. And his name is Donald Vladimir Putin Trump. Yeah, that's true.
Is this another?
No, it's true. It's true. He's the only one. Everybody else was against gay marriage the first time. Yeah, remember when he lectured the Republicans at the Republican convention? I'm glad you people have finally gotten on the right side. Thank you for lecturing us, Donald. I'll vote for you anyway.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, he's been arrested, he's been booked, and he's heading to a bond hearing. We'll get the latest on the Jussie Smollett case with Gary Trock, who's managing editor at The Blast. But first, let's head straight into that newsroom. The one, the only, Mike Scott.
Skies are clear this morning, 26 degrees. Fire in Bangladesh has killed at least 81 in the oldest part of that capital city, showing lapses in public safety, according to investigators. Those lapses continue to plague the South Asian country in spite of rapid economic growth. Again, 81 have been killed. The investigation continues. A Coast Guard officer accused of being a domestic terrorist heads to federal court today for a detention hearing. ATF Special Agent Jim Kavanaugh says it's a good thing the officer was caught before committing any serious crimes.
It looked like a crescendo of events. If you look at the behavior from the court filings, he kind of grew, stockpiling, more focused on the targets, trying to gather targets.
FBI agents arrested Lieutenant Christopher Paul Hassan and seized a stockpile of weapons last Friday. Fewer Americans filing for unemployment benefits. The Department of Labor reporting this morning 216,000 first-time claims, down from 239,000 in the previous week. Crews are battling a blaze at a factory on Chicago's west side. The fire broke out early this morning inside of a metal plating company near Lake and Racine. Actor Jussie Smollett is under arrest for allegedly filing a false police report. A spokesperson for the Chicago Police Department says Smollett is now in the custody of detectives facing a felony disorderly conduct charge. He could face probation or up to 3 years in prison if convicted. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is looking to tax everything, from marijuana to plastic bags, to pay for a new budget that he says will spend more money and remain unbalanced. The governor introduced his first spending plan yesterday. His budget would spend nearly $39 billion, he says, but it would not close a $3.2 billion deficit, nor would it pay off the state's $15 billion in unpaid bills. Chicago sports, how about Patrick Kane scoring in overtime, lifting the Blackhawks to a 5-4 win over the Red Wings in Detroit, and lifting the Hawks to 61 points, a tie with the Avalanche for the final wildcard spot in the West. Northwestern lost to Ohio State in college hoops last night. In the Valley, Loyola over Evansville, 70-58. Bears are expected to release veteran tight end Deion Sims to free up salary cap space. The news service of Geico Chicago. Hey, Chicago, Geico now has even more ways to save you money. Kevin, your local Geico agent, is ready to deliver the personal service you need with the savings you love. Stop by his local office on Cicero Avenue or call 773-582-8888 for Kevin, your local Geico agent. 8:32, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager knows exactly where the Green New Deal takes us.
This is communist. This is not even socialist, if there is any difference. The alienation from everything America has stood for that is embodied in the Green New Deal is remarkable. Liberty, goodbye. In fact, affluence, goodbye.
The Dennis Prager Show. Weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
I'm Bob Aument, a founding partner of the law firm of Dassman and Aument and longtime personal customer of Signature Bank. Our firm recently left one of the larger banks to bank with Signature Bank, and it's been a refreshing change. With Signature Bank, we've been able to tailor banking solutions that fit the specific needs of our firm. Beyond that, Signature Bank is responsive, efficient, and timely in meeting those needs. If I have a request, I pick up the phone and talk to Mick O'Rourke, not someone at a phone bank thousands of miles away. Dassman and Aument needed more than what the larger banks offer, and we found that with Signature Bank.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Another year and you still haven't done anything about your company's network and computer system. Will your employees struggle to get by on a dated system with no IT personnel to fix it quickly? Or maybe you're thinking everything's running perfectly and it'll be fine. Until it isn't. Whether you've experienced technical trouble or not, when you do, it costs your company money. And it doesn't have to. Don't wait for a crisis. Make 2019 the year you're prepared for anything technology throws at you with Turnkey IT. Turnkey IT helps set you up for success and gets in front of the many technical issues that can overwhelm a business. They specialize in the preventative steps to keep you going. Have Turnkey do a complimentary network audit of your systems, even if you have a current IT company, so you know exactly where you stand in the ever-evolving technology world. A second opinion never hurts. And for a limited time, get free lunch for the decision makers of your company, courtesy of Turnkey.
Leave the technical stuff to the pros, so you can focus on the important things. Visit turnkey.pro today. Turnkey.pro.
It is 8:35. Let's get an update on the roads in the AM 560 Traffic Center with Jim Telemonti.
Lake Street remains closed on the west side, Ogden to Aberdeen after an earlier fire. Green Line service is still disrupted. Ashland to Clinton. Pink Line passengers connect with the Blue Line at Racine. Edens runs 21 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose. Kennedy, an hour and 8 minutes. O'Hare to downtown. 44 minutes from Montrose. 39 on the Express. The Eisenhower's an hour and 14 minutes, 390 to downtown. 57 minutes from Manheim. Outbound an hour to 390. The ramp from northbound 83 to the outbound Ike is closed and wreck. Stevenson an hour and 6 minutes, 355 to the drive. Ryan 35 minutes, 95th to downtown. North on Tri-State, heavy 87th, 31st, and from the Reagan Tollway to North Avenue. That's traffic. I'm Jim Talamonte. On AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Partly sunny and 33 today. Clear to partly cloudy and cold, low 18 overnight. Currently 26. Next news at 9. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by On Target Radio. From firearms and Second Amendment rights to personal freedoms and government intrusions. Listen here Sunday nights at 9.
Oh, they came for him. Jesse Smollett is in custody. It happened at 5 a.m. this morning when he walked into Area 1 at 18th and State. And he walked in with his attorney, but there was a while there in the overnight hours when they could not find Jesse.
For a while, there was some communication breakdown between police and his attorneys, but we were able to communicate with them last night. Several of them were in travel status and couldn't be reached, but we were able to finally connect late last night and agree to the meeting this morning.
And again, he turned himself at 5 a.m. and didn't say a lot.
He was dressed casually. He walked in. The attorneys led him through the door. He stood, didn't speak, stood quietly. We were introduced by his attorneys, and then we introduced the detectives, and then they took him in for processing. He really didn't speak. He didn't make any statements, and he was very quiet throughout the process.
Didn't they go in guns blazing like they did with Roger Stone?
And Chicago police are going to have
Sorry, I threw you off.
Chicago police are going to have a press conference at 9 a.m., and we are going to carry it live here on AM 560, The Answer, so you can hear for yourself how this whole...
Am I going to get to say
No,
comments
you're not.
over it? Mystery Political Science 3000 like
Sorry.
Dan and I used to do?
You're done.
No wise-ass comments over
Mike
it?
Scott is going to be handling those duties, the newsman.
You said
when that happens. But again, we'll bring it to you live here. And Jesse Smollett, I'm trying to think, what was your favorite lie? I mean, for me, it had to be, 2 days after the attack, he valiantly went to perform in Los Angeles to a now sold-out crowd because it's love, and he loves everybody.
These last 4 days, I would not have been able to get through it without obviously my family, but also the love and support of all y'all. I was bruised, but my ribs were not cracked. They were not broken.
So he set that straight, but then, just all
you
this
want to know
gooey.
my favorite line?
Yeah, let me finish mine.
All right,
this
all right.
gooey, love me, I'm such a hero, I'm such a victim. Oh, my God. And please, people in the gay community, use this as a teaching moment.
I think that what people need to hear is just the truth.
Liar.
It's just the truth, because everybody has their own idea. Some are healing and some are hurtful. But I just want young people, young members of the LGBTQ community, young black children to know how strong that they are, to know the power that they hold in their little pinky.
I tell you, if Karl Rove had come up with this to play the biggest joke on the left, he couldn't have done any better. My favorite lie, of course, was when he said he punched back.
Oh, this one? Wait, let me think. I think I have it for you.
That one.
The camera facing north, how is that my issue? It feels like if I had said it was a Muslim or a Mexican.
That's a good one, too.
It's good. It's good.
Or someone black.
There's so many to choose
I feel like the doubters would have supported me a lot more. And that says a lot about the place that we are in our country right now.
I think I have your favorite one. I think this might
that
be.
we're credulous. That's
Where
where
they
we
were-
are in America
They
now.
got into a tussle.
There is no doubt in your mind what motivated this attack.
I could only go off of their words. I mean, who says empire, this MAGA country, ties a noose around your neck and pours bleach on you?
And then they punched him, and he punched back, which I think was the best lie, that he actually is a tough guy. It's like when Elton John said Saturday night's all right for fighting. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can imagine Elton John fighting.
Yeah.
Tough
well,
guy.
You did a great job of summing that up, but I know
Thank
exactly
you.
what you're talking about.
In the
when
words
he-
of Lynn Bramer.
Yes.
Tough guy.
It's the best con job, acting job I think I've seen in my lifetime. The best one in the 21st century. People will be talking about
And
this.
it's theater. That's
Forever.
performance art. I mean, to have the chutzpah to go on national television and say that and have people believe you, that's mighty, mighty persuasive.
And not only believe you had Senator Kamala Harris, Senator Cory Booker.
Mm-hmm.
You had stars falling all over themselves to
I
come
love
out and support him. But we knew as Chicagoans that story did not sit well with any of us. Any true Chicagoan did not believe that story for 1 second.
believed
the
it
only
for a
time
second.
I didn't. I never believed it. I never for 1 second believed it. But the only time when he did go on Good Morning America, I thought, oh, he's good. I mean, he's because he was crying and he's told his story with such detail and
How
such
can I believe
passion.
anything on Good Morning America anymore?
You're right.
I mean, if
Shame on
Ginger
Robert
Z
Roberts.
tells me it's 32 degrees out, it may not be.
Well, with more on the story, let's join. Welcome to the program, I should say, Gary Trock. He is managing editor at the Blast. Words are hard today for me, Bruce, as you can tell.
They've always been hard for me.
Good morning, Gary. How are you?
Hey, good morning. I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
So, if you're Jussie Smollett and you're his PR crisis team right now, how do you spin this one?
I don't answer my phone. There's really nothing you can do at this point. It's not now, especially now that he is in custody with the Chicago PD. It's very tough. They tried. They put out a statement last night after he was charged, and basically maintaining his innocence. And actually saying that they wanted to conduct their own thorough investigation to be able to mount an aggressive defense. But man, that snowballed quickly with the, over the course of hours, it was, you're a suspect. Then the indictment was handed down and then now in custody.
Yeah, but Gary, first of all, the prosecutor, if the prosecutor was worth his salt, as you know, the old saying, a prosecutor can indict a ham sandwich. He should have been able to indict the tuna sandwich that Smollett had. The second thing is, I always am trying to figure out devil's advocate things. Maybe he's got this defense. Let me see if it resonates with you at all. That the two guys, they get ski masks, he doesn't recognize them, and they actually, for some reason that we don't know yet, did attack him, wanted to scare him, and that there wasn't some coordinated, orchestrated effort. Now, you'd think that the Chicago police have already gotten dates and places where they rehearse this and, records of, credit card payments to these guys or whatever. But how do you mount a vigorous defense otherwise?
Yeah. I mean, these guys testified for 2.5 hours last night, with the grand jury.
Yep.
Obviously, made their case, and their attorney Gloria Schmidt, was pretty confident from the beginning that they had the evidence to support their defense and their story. And I think a lot of it, and you brought it up, is going to come down to, and obviously we haven't seen all the evidence yet, but obviously there's got to be some financial records that, if you have one financial record, if this $3,500 payment is true, and there's a $3,500 Venmo from Jussie Smollett to Mr. Usendero.
Yeah, but this was payment for physical training. It was not payment for.
Yeah, I mean, sure, absolutely. And he will definitely make a defense. He's definitely talked to. He has more and more people are joining the team every day. He just tapped Colin Kaepernick's criminal defense attorney Mark Garagos, who just helped Kaepernick get that huge settlement with the NFL. And so obviously, Jussie is reaching out to heavy hitters to try and, he's grasping at straws obviously right now, but he's going to get his chance to make a solid defense.
Lost in all of this is that he was totally content with framing two innocent people in his hoax.
Well, yes. And that's, these guys who we still haven't heard from yet, but that is, you got to imagine they were taken advantage of. And there's obviously, Jussie's a star. He's on a big show. One of the brothers was an extra on Empire. We actually, we put up a photo on theblast.com of one of the brothers with Lee Daniels, on the set. And when you're on the set as an extra and there's a main character there, unfortunately, the Hollywood machine, you look up to that person. It's like they're treated differently, they're held in a different light, and it's very easy to kind of believe in, what somebody is selling you. If you're, these two guys who are just struggling trying to make it, and you have a big star reaching out saying, hey, do this for me, whatever it may be, it's, you get caught up in that.
Well, you're not necessarily innocent, because if they knew that he was going to try to file a false police report, we don't know what they
No, we
knew.
don't. But
Correct.
they're not.
We
But
don't know.
we just had Tom Ahern on at the early this morning, and we just played his sound bites. And I asked him if they're still suspects. He said they are witnesses at this point in time. They're currently filming season 5 of Empire. Jussie Smollett was supposed to be there Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then his schedule got cut down to just Thursday and Friday. Don't think he's going to be able to make it today because he has a 1:30 bond hearing.
I don't think so.
But do you think now he will be written out of the show? I mean, he went from 9 episodes. They cut it down to 4. And yesterday, before all of this happened, Fox was saying he's still going to be part of the show. Last night, they had no comment.
Yeah, Fox was standing by him, very, very hard, and you're right. They said that he's not being written out. He's a professional and everything. They did not want to say anything after he was charged. I don't, it's going to be very interesting. What we are hearing, because obviously, we got some sources in the Hollywood side of this, and a lot, the Empire crew is torn. A lot of people, everybody loves Jussie on the set, and so a lot of people still want to believe him, but everything kind of suggests the opposite. And so it's unclear what's going to happen to his character. And Fox is kind of stuck in a rough place here because they did come to his defense very quickly, which I can understand. A big star of theirs, they got to protect their brand and everything.
I have such empathy for Fox, which fired me, by the way, full disclosure.
Oh my God.
But here's
Who
the thing.
cares?
But here's the thing. Well, who cares about Empire and
Fox
some? Who
Entertainment. It
cares
has nothing
about a
to do with
show
Fox
that I
News.
don't watch and I don't know anybody
Yeah,
who
but the
watches
people
it?
who are Terrence Howard, all those people, they need
Who's
this
Terrence
job.
Howard? Who cares about any of these people? So let me ask you this,
no,
Gary.
but I'm talking to him right now.
Okay.
Here's the deal. Those people, they need their jobs. As inconsequential as Bruce might think that those jobs are, they need that. And if he's written off the show, that show might not last much longer.
Oh my God, it's
he's
horrible.
He's a big part of it. Hey, I listen, and he's gonna have to reap what he sowed if this is true. But yeah, it's and there's a lot of people, a lot of jobs at risk, and I'll be honest, I don't watch the show either.
Oh my God!
But
So
I do know that it's popular and people like him.
Right.
And it's interesting you brought up that days after he went and performed at the Troubadour out in L.A. and it was like a sold out crowd and everybody was screaming his name. I mean, and this guy, he was a big star already, but I mean, clearly, if he faked this and this is all true, I mean, there was clearly a plan in place to raise his stardom, exponentially with this plan.
And let me ask you this: correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't Fox the network that was going to have a special about O.J. if I did it, and then there was such blowback from the public that they didn't do it?
Yeah,
Could
I
they
think
do
Fox
one
makes
of
a lot
those
of
with
mistakes,
Jussie?
probably.
Yeah, couldn't they do one with Jussie? Because there's
was a
nothing so
book that was-
craven as the Fox network, which fired me, by the way. But that's not important right now. What's important is,
Not important, but I
is the
hear you. I
employees
feel
of the
you.
show that I don't watch, and you don't watch either. And Amy doesn't even watch it. Do you,
Yeah.
Amy?
Yeah.
No, but I know people who watch it that love
it-
Jussie on the show.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
They do.
All right. Thank you so much, Gary Trock. We can find out more. What's the latest article you have about Jussie Smollett at the blast?
Well, I mean, the latest literally is the arrest and everything. We're working on some more stuff, especially with the Empire related angles. But there is the bond hearing is today at 1:30.
Yep.
So obviously we're going to hear more then. And you guys mentioned the press conference. We're living this together, everybody. Like this is you can't write this.
Yep,
It
it's
is-
in real
it's
time.
crazy. I got to hats off to a lot of the local reporters out in Chicago. You guys are killing it with, breaking these stories and the footage of the brothers buying the stuff in the store and everything. I mean, it's every
The
minute
longest
there's a new
purchase
development.
ever.
The longest retail purchase ever,
It took
according to
4.5
CWB, which has been
It's-
on top of the
yeah,
story.
it's crazy.
Yeah, and
It's
but you know
crazy.
what? I love all the reporters and what they did, but I think I saw one female reporter this morning in a live shot in front of the Chicago Police headquarters, And because it was cold outside, she was wearing one of these ski masks.
Oh,
but I
come
thought
on.
it was totally inappropriate to do that, given
Oh,
the
yeah,
circumstances.
too soon.
Not
You
appropriate.
concur, Gary. Yes, thank you.
I agree.
All right, thanks, Gary. Appreciate it.
No
He's
problem.
Gary
Thanks for having
Trock, managing editor at The Blast. And speaking of those ski masks, you should go buy me one.
I would.
They're still for sale. This is Montego Salas. He's the security guard at the store.
We didn't have the typical ski mask that goes straight across the face, so I showed them what we do have, and that's the robbery mask.
I want my robbery mask.
It was bizarre because it was unusual for people to purchase these type of masks, not since the 70s.
This what's going on right now is better than any Empire episode.
Connect with Dan and Amy using the AM560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Hey, Cube mates. Anyone else looking forward to that exciting quarterly meeting today?
Sure. Another company lunch with bland sandwiches and a side of boring whatever. Can't wait.
Are you guys kidding? Obviously you haven't heard. We're having tasty catering today. Look out. I'm going to go grab my seat.
Get more out of your meetings and company events. It's time to get tasty. Tasty Catering's brand new corporate catering menu has the spice and flavor your team will love. Dine on menu items like a roasted vegetable hummus sandwich, honey sriracha pork chops, and all of their brand new chef creations. Powering productive meetings day or night, Tasty Catering professionals help you plan the perfect chef-crafted menu. Their leading chefs cook up your catering, then the Tasty Catering ambassadors deliver and set up for your event. When your team is finished experiencing their delicious meal, they come back to break it down and clean it all up. Simple and delicious. Visit tastycatering.com to get started today and find their brand new corporate menu along with comments from other Tasty Catering clients. tastycatering.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
At Ace, save on everything you need to take care of your home. Get your coupon at acehardware.com and save 25% on a regular priced item under $50. That's right, 25% off on the product of your choice. And only Ace has the brands you love and the advice you trust. So hurry in and get your 25% savings only at your neighborhood Ace, the helpful place. Offer valid with coupon at participating stores through February 28th. Limit 1. Exclusions apply. See coupon.
Looking for ways to save with your Medicare plan? Walgreens is a preferred network pharmacy with many plans nationwide, which could mean lower copays for you. So bring your prescriptions to a Walgreens pharmacy today to start saving. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Walgreens participates as a preferred network pharmacy with United Healthcare, Cigna HealthSpring, and Express Scripts Medicare. For a complete list of available plans, please contact 1-800-MEDICARE. TTY users should call 1-877-486-2048. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or consult www.medicare.gov. Other pharmacies are available in our network.
Message and data rates may apply. Do you want to learn how to get started making money flipping houses right here in Chicago? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll be introduced to our 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Than Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the Chicago area who want to learn how to get started making money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. Chicago is a perfect market for my system, and next week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where we'll share how to get started making money flipping houses and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Than's workshop, text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Seating is extremely limited, so text your 5-digit zip code to 82,000. Text in the next 10 minutes, and you'll also reserve a free copy of Than's Money for Deals guide. Just text your zip code to 82,000.
Hi, this is Amy Jacobson, and you'll have to wait until spring to get the outside of your house painted, but winter, perfect opportunity to get your interior painted. You know, people walk into my kitchen and ask, Amy, did you get new cabinets? No, I save myself thousands of dollars by simply having them painted by the experts at CertaPro Painters. So cross the first project off your 2019 to-do list. CertaPro Painters will ensure a beautiful transformation of your home. And if you want some help with colors, they've got you covered. In-home with a color consultation or online with their color visualizer. Don't put it off. Time to hire CertaPro Painters, your residential and commercial painting experts. You can schedule a free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C, or call 1-800-GO-CERTA. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Get a free estimate at CertaPro.com or call 1-800-GO-CERTA. CertaPro Painters, we do painting. You do life.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies in a capsule.
I had seen my kidney doctor because I only have one kidney that works, and the other one doesn't work at all. And I was pretty close to going on dialysis if it didn't improve. This last visit to my kidney doctor, my kidney it's operating at 21% now. So that's the highest that it's been in the last 8 years. This is really working well for me, and I am so grateful that I found you guys.
When you call, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 20% off any first preferred order of Balance of Nature and have it shipped to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Improving your home? Why not make it easy? Don't miss the free Home and Garden Show next weekend only at the Tinley Park Convention Center. Find the ultimate in savings and convenience with thousands of the latest home products and services for the freshest ideas to remodel, repair, and beautify your home, inside and out. Get trusted advice on your upcoming projects as you speak with local and national experts who will help you with all of your home improvement needs. And be sure to attend the free expert seminars and live cooking shows all weekend. See quality indoor and outdoor furniture, amazing deals on mattresses and adjustable beds, the latest appliances by Grand, and so much more. Plus, don't miss the huge plant sale by Ted's Greenhouse. And test drive the new Transit Connect by Ford right from the show. From interiors to exteriors, from decor to outdoor, you'll find it all at the huge Home and Garden Show next weekend at the Tinley Park Convention Center on Harlem Avenue north of I-80 with free admission and parking. For details, visit tinleyparkshow.com. That's tinleyparkshow.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
I love our listeners. We always have great listeners, great texters. Here's one. They're trying to help me with the pronunciation of Martina Navratilova.
Yeah, right.
Is that right? Did I pronounce it correctly?
It's close enough. Who cares? She's a foreigner. She hasn't won a Grand Slam tournament in generations.
Are people in Hollywood so pathetic that they need constant attention, even if it is completely imagined? That's good. Jussie Smollett should be charged with a hate crime against President Trump and all white people.
Right, yeah, that works.
I don't know
That
about
works.
that.
Yeah.
Somebody else, because we're suggesting, he's supposed to be on the set today at Empire, which I don't think is going to happen. He's going to be written off the show, dying after being beaten by racists.
Oh, that would be ironic, a little meta episode, which refers to real life. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. If only I could care. Game of Thrones is coming on pretty soon.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so
then
nobody's going to be thinking about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for making us part of your morning. Thanks to Justin Kosick, our technical producer, and Quinn McCarthy, our producer for the morning show. And just a little programming note, as soon as the press conference starts on Jussie Smollett, we will bring it to you live. And Bruce, thank you.
Thank you. Do I have to stick
being
around
here
for the press conference?
You can,
Do
you
I
know
need
what?
to
You
do
can do whatever you
commentary?
want, but you're not doing commentary. Your mic will be off, and Mike Scott's will be on. So now let's head into that newsroom.
Thank
Here
you,
is-
Amy.
Thank you. Here is